7 o'clock tonight, along with community icon is what they're calling Ish Deckett this year. And I said this earlier, I've always seen Ish on a horse in a parade, so it'll be nice to see him on a convertible and be waving to him. And then also dragging the gut couple this year is Tony and Nicole Ordez. They met right here on this gut 30 years ago.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Crazy.
I can't imagine, because it looks, I mean, I was doing this back in the 70s, and a lot of people that are here, I know we're doing the same thing. And we're all having fun again, reminiscing and looking at the old cars and just enjoying the community in as only McMinnville can do it.
And you're exactly right about that, Eve. It is all about community, all about just hanging out, having a good time. There's nobody really hawking anything down here.
No, that's
just
a good
get
thing.
together. Yeah, come on down, and you know what? If you want to donate to YCAP, you can. If you don't want to,
That's okay too. You don't have to pay to come down. If you're going to be driving, you're going to have to put some gas in a vehicle, but other than that, it's completely up to you. And it is a beautiful night. It's cooling down. We've got the wind blowing, the vehicles. It's just beautiful. Downtown McMinnville, it's looking pretty darn good.
It really is a gorgeous night, and a lot of people out here already. There's going to be a lot more throughout the evening. The car show, which was taking place over at Evergreen, finished up right around 5 o'clock, and so you're seeing some of those people straggle in on here, and it's going to be fun. And come on out here if you can't. We're right here on MC11, MCM11, and also YamHillToday.com, and we are glad to have you. And Eve, it is cool to see the excitement down here.
It is. It's a lot of fun to see the excitement down here. And it's just a wonderful event. I tell you, you're going to see people that you know.
Yes, you are.
And if you don't know them, they'll wave back to you anyways, even with a little tiny hand. But it's a lot of fun.
You're going to see everything out here.
Yes, you will.
If you like the people watch, this is the place, my friends, because you will see people on motorcycles in Sesame Street characters.
Yes.
I think that's what they were.
That would be awfully hot on a night like today.
Yes,
and you know, one of the things, Brian, I wanted to mention, I like being down here now a little early, because when it gets dark and it really is in full swing, I can't see the cars, and the bright lights hurt my eyes because I'm old, you know? It's kind of like driving. I don't like to be out driving at night, but in the middle of the day, woohoo! In the middle of the daytime, looking at these old cars.
There you go. We're
That
getting
even
lots
hurts.
of that. We're going to hear lots and feel lots of that as well.
Yes.
Because you can definitely feel the horsepower in those cars.
Feel it in your ears, too.
Yes, you can.
Oh, boy, an old Volkswagen. I tell you, there's every single vehicle imaginable down here.
Yes, there is.
And people, kids all the way up to, you know, every age. And it's just fun.
It is. It's fun to just be a part of it. And I believe it's the 8th year that they've had this, I guess you can almost call it a celebration now. But it's something that people look forward to. A lot of people, I had a couple friends today. Hey, we're going to come in from Salem, and a couple people are going to come in from Dayton, which is not that far, but they're from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh.
They were just here on vacation, but they
Okay.
heard about it, and so they're going to come out and check it out.
Hey, you know, this could be a Sturgis thing eventually. Wouldn't that be something?
That would definitely be something. We've got every kind of car out here you can imagine. We've got motorcycles, we've got bikes, we've got people just walking around.
And you know, the fun thing is, too, you just drive as much or as little as you want up and down the street. You don't have to pay to participate, you know, like car shows and things like this. You just come on down, you participate. You get tired of dragging the gut, sit outside and watch the other people do it, you know. Bring a chair. I would recommend you bring a chair and bring some water. Those are my 2 recommendations tonight. And a little bit of money or some canned food for YCAP.
One big thing, though, we do want to make sure you're aware of is there's no burnouts allowed tonight or ever. You know, of course, all normal laws are in effect. So just because it's dragging the gut doesn't mean you can get a little cray-cray out there. Just follow the laws and have a good time, and everyone's going to be cool pretty much about what you do.
Now, there are police out here. They will give you tickets if you violate the rules. If you go through the red light, you can't do that. You got to stop. You've got to, you know, follow the rules of the road. And just have a good time. That's what it's all about.
That's exactly right. And if you're going to come out here in Mom's minivan, that's cool. Or if you're going to bring up Grandpa's old 51 Chevy, Ford, whatever type of thing. That's cool as well. You're going to see pretty much everything out here.
You are. And the thing is, even if you're in your mom's minivan, smile and wave. You get some of these people that they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm in a parade, I'm embarrassed. But it's fun. Smile and wave. They're going, oh my gosh, what did I get into? You can tell the new people in town coming through to do something and go, what's going on? But that's, we're putting the newbies on parade.
They're not quite sure what they got themselves into.
Exactly.
And so they'll come out here and just get in the middle of it and kind of go, what's going on?
Yeah.
This is 19 something?
Yeah.
70, 80 something?
Am I in a movie?
You are, exactly.
It's the Twilight Zone.
It is definitely.
The 70s version. There's a falcon. Oh my gosh, what an
wow.
old. Yep.
That's kind of a different look, kind of a swatch look here and there.
A lady in red, that's very pretty. Very, very nice. These cars, they go by so fast, it's not like a parade. They go by so fast that you have to look at them the next time and go, oh yeah, there you go.
And usually you'll see them 3, 4, 20 times going through the, remember the old sign? I don't think the sign's even up anymore. They're cruising the 3rd Street.
Yes.
I think they took that down.
Twice in an hour.
Twice in an hour.
Yeah.
I used to think, gosh, I'm going to violate. They just going through town once
I
in a
know.
while.
Go to the post office and come back.
There
and
you
it's
go.
Like, uh-oh.
There you go. But tonight's just a good time. Last night was a good time as well. Somebody was just telling us earlier that they had a great time, and but the bulk of the crowd will be tonight, and that is starting to come in right now. And we're just having a great time out here on 3rd Street, and it's something that people will talk about for months, even next year after that.
Oh
great
boy.
cars.
I'm not sure that was legal, but maybe they'll overlook it for now.
It might be easier sometimes than dealing with it.
And grabbing her Subaru with her dog, that's fun too.
I think she's just waiting all year to do that.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
Well, the dog was having fun. Okay, there's a muscle car if I've ever seen one, I tell ya.
If I knew what it was,
I know.
It looks like it's a Mustang Fastback.
Oh.
Sound pretty good there, don't I?
There you do.
Yeah, I think I'm probably totally wrong. So.
Could be a Mach something? Nope.
Yeah, it's a Mustang Fast. There you go. Look at that.
Look at you, Brian.
Yeah, well, I got lucky there. The Chevelle coming in after it, and here comes a big white Ford, which, as we said, folks, you'll be out here at anything and everything. And there's going to be live music throughout the night. Of course, at 8:30, you're going to have Reckless Abandon back together.
Now, I don't remember them from 30 years ago, but apparently they were pretty good. I know John Sherwood is one of the band members that is being reunited. And, gosh, if you haven't heard them in 30 years, come take a listen. I'll bet they sound pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure they do.
If anything like they were hyped up to be, should be a fun concert. And that is going to be tonight at 8:30 while everybody is cruising up and down 3rd Street. Of course, we'll see Mike Donahue right around the 7 o'clock hour. And that'll be fun to see him. We happened to see him in town a few months ago.
Oh, you did?
He was here walking down, I think during Turkey Rama, if I remember right.
Okay.
And so fun to see him back then, and hopefully we'll see him again here tonight, and hopefully stop by and say hello.
All right. So I wonder if that's how Ruben got him. He just happened to see him in town and said, hey.
I think he's been on Ruben's list for a while. Because, being one of those guys in the Portland media market for a long time, I think, he's a name that people recognize.
Sure.
And
now, Brenda Braxton was Grand Marshal, I think, wasn't she? A year or two ago?
I know she actually was in the parade.
She was in it.
Was one of her reunions as they came out here and cruised the gut.
That was probably a couple years ago. Yeah, she's a Mac High grad and Linfield grad as well. So she's got both of those going for her.
She's done okay for herself.
Yeah, she has. Just fine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What a great day it is. And as you said, Eve, it's starting to cool down a little bit.
Just a little bit. We're still in the sun. I don't know that we could have found a better place in the sun, Brian.
Well, it's all good.
Yeah,
it'll be something we wish we were doing at about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, it's chilly out here.
It does. Even the concerts over at Linfield this year. Yeah. 90-degree day, but by 8:30, 9 o'clock, we were really beginning to feel it.
Which is
cool
not
down.
a bad
It is
thing.
nice now that fall's almost here. you can really feel the weather cooling down at night.
Yes, you can. We're going to be getting some warm days ahead, and then that's going to probably be the next last week of warm weather.
Well, I tell you what, we're dragging the gut. We're not. We're sitting here at 3rd and Davis and just enjoying the views while everybody else is dragging the gut. So if you're watching us and streaming it live, you know, why not just come on down? I'm glad you're tuned in and looking at it streaming, but it's a whole lot of fun being here and smelling the smells and listening to the engines roar and the cheerleaders cheering about YCAP. It's pretty much what McMinnville is all about, I think.
I think so too. We got Dave Adams here
Dave
from
Adams, KLYC
Radio.
Yep.
Taking some pictures, and probably see some of those up on the site here later on. Here comes a nice Kia Soul. I always say that because my mom would probably be in one of those as she came in.
Well, that's a pretty Bronco or a well, I'm not sure what that is, but it's lifted up and
it's got the same color paint job as the license plate.
Oh,
as the inside, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. It was very pretty. It's kind of like me going to a football game and saying, "Well, I like those uniforms."
That's kind of how you pick
and
your
I like
horses
that
too,
color
right?
too. You know,
yeah.
That's
There's
a
a
Thunderbird. Yeah, that's a nice old one.
Yeah,
that's a fun one.
It's amazing. You see a lot of cars that you don't normally see, and some of these people will drive their nice cars out here pretty much the only time you see them.
I'd like to know how long they've had that Thunderbird, because that couple looks like they had some fun in that Thunderbird.
Yeah,
and had it for
original.
many years. I'll bet it is. I bet they bought that new.
Very nice car.
Fun to know the history of some of the vehicles that we're seeing.
If the cars could talk.
I know.
You know?
Exactly it, yes.
It's funny because on our road today, there's somebody, I don't even know what it is. It looks like a 1950s or maybe late 40s model, something else, a Model T. I don't even know what they called them back then. But they came through our road, and you only see them once a year, and it's this weekend. It's the only time they drive that car, which is kind of cool.
And then they store it up and get it ready for months ahead of time, too.
Yes, they do, which is awesome. So we're down here on 3rd Street. Brian Eriksen along with Eve Fuller, and just having a great time. And it's fun to see all the people out here. Just kind of a laid-back event.
Yeah, it just, you know, there's cars of all shapes and sizes, all years. People are just having fun. Motorcycles, at least I'm glad to see they have their helmets on.
Yeah.
And you can hear them if you can't actually see. Well, you can see the streaming live, but you can hear them in the background. Also bands. We're at the U.S. Bank Plaza, and they've got a band playing. They'll be playing tonight, all night long. And I can tell you who they are. I just lost my place, though. Right now, it's Sal and the Salamanders, and you can hear them. They just are coming on for the next set. And then at 8:30, it will be Reckless Abandon, and they will be getting back together. Some local musicians that haven't played together in a long, long time getting together tonight just because they can.
You need a reason? I don't know if you need one, but this
I don't think so. It's a great reason.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely come on out here and get the band back together, and it's kind of fun. Just a fun event. Also want to give a shout out to Gina Regalato and the Mac High dance team. As you've seen them out here, I think every year.
Oh, yeah, they've been here since day one.
Day one, and I think that was back in 2010.
Okay.
And they've been out here every
7 years.
year.
Hey, Al.
Collecting.
We've got Al Getman and his car over there that he's had since the 70s, maybe early 80s. He's ignoring me, though, so.
Well, Al's going to get ready to go on this
I don't think he could hear with the engine going. Anyhow. I wish they'd smile, though. Smile for the camera, Al.
That's all we're going to ask you. Smile when you drive by, because it's a great event. And it's fun to see the different reactions of some of the people, though. Especially some of the kids that you look at them, they're like,
yeah, I know.
Mom, should they be
really?
doing that?
Did you used to do that? Why? Why? Was that fun?
Why did you do that?
Yeah, and why would you do that?
The answer, it was fun.
It was fun.
That's why we did it. Nowadays, what is the equivalent to cruising nowadays?
You know, I'm not sure. What is it?
Chat room? Playing your video game?
Yeah, videos. That's right.
It's a whole different ballgame.
It is a whole new thing, isn't it?
We're sitting here down here on 3rd Street. It is getting cooler, and the sun is getting further down, which is great news, as it will cool off here. So if you're going to be out here a little bit later, make sure you bring a jacket, because it is going to cool off after this.
Now, we were talking earlier, there was quite a few class reunions going on this weekend. I know that the class of 77, they were having their, 40th class reunion tonight at one of the vineyards. Class of 62, Mac High, they were at Wortman Park this afternoon from 1 to 4. And I bet we'll see some of them dragging the gut tonight. Probably go have some dinner and then come downtown and drag the gut and get them home before 8 o'clock or dark. That's Class of 77, they might come down after the reunion, but I'm thinking the 62, they're headed on home about dark. So
that is Eve who's been saying that.
Yeah.
Makes it fun, doesn't it?
It does. And don't forget, it is a fundraiser for YCAP. Bring your cans of food, $5, $10, $25, whatever you can donate. They would appreciate it. The cheerleaders are here to take your donations, make it very easy on you. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle. Just drag down, stop, and drop it in the bucket.
They got these cool little, I want to say like dustpans, but they're money collectors that look like a dustpan that are old license plate covers.
I've seen that, and they're California license plates, and I didn't understand what was going on with that, but that's for the money or the...
Yep, people have been throwing the money in there, easier than giving to them
in
their hands.
Okay.
Because you'll get a lot of change, which is great, kind of like you see the
firemen,
out there, got their boot out there. This is a cool way for them to do it with the license plate dustpan. And
thank you for clearing that up, because I was wondering about that.
It's interesting. You noticed they were California plates.
I did, so. And I thought, what the heck are they doing?
So many ways we could go with that.
Yeah.
Good
boy.
Times. Good times out here, and I kind of get lost for words, believe it or not, looking at some of these just different cars and these motorcycles, and just how cool it is, because you don't see them all together. You might see one or two driving down the road, but
what is this that's coming at us right now that we can see?
You know, it's
this
almost
big red Hummer-like old vehicle.
It's like the precursor to the Hummer, the Land Cruiser type thing, isn't it?
It is.
Bright, shiny.
It is. Like almost an old fire engine or something.
As it goes by, and yeah, I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Good times. You just, sometimes you never know. And you'll see cars that probably didn't see back in the day because they've altered them, changed them, or done something else to them.
Well, your mom wouldn't let you take it. That's one thing, too.
True that.
$25,000 for this.
Wow. All you have to do is call Glenn. But it's a Bel Air.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Jeez.
when he bought that years and years ago, thinking he'd ever sell it for that amount of money? Wow.
Yeah. And he probably will have a few offers on that. Cherry condition, I think what they say.
That is beautiful.
Bel Air. It's just beautiful. And the car behind it, it's just,
that's an old one with a...
It's funny.
Is that the rumble seat in the back? Or?
Yeah, I think that's what they call that. It's funny, you see these cars go through town sometimes, during the week. You're like, hey, that's a cool car.
Yeah.
And you couldn't say that enough with all these cars you see in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
up here.
exactly. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Right there. I love it.
Baby blue.
Baby blue.
Thunderbird.
Oh, here comes a beautiful truck, too, in baby blue.
I kind of laugh when you see some of these people who have taken a wrong turn.
Yeah, like, what have I done? I'm in the parade.
I'm just going to go through town and check it out, and they're like, what is happening?
Yeah, or they come down to have some dinner and think, uh-oh, what have I gotten into?
Maybe another night.
Yeah.
Nice car.
Yeah, that's nice.
Blue's a popular color so far this year.
It is. It's very popular. That's very high.
Yes, it's...
Oh.
I mean, we could sit underneath that car right now.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Motorcycles going through, and just a great night for what we've got going on. Lots of donations going to YCAP, And you can come down and donate money. You can also donate cans of food if you'd like to.
And it's very loud. We've got a band going at the 3rd Street Plaza, and the cars are going. If you like engine sounds, like my husband does, he always has to turn it up when the Indy racing is going on so you can hear the engines. You're going to be hearing a lot of them here. You can probably hear them in the background now.
Yes, you can. If you can't, I'm sure we can turn them up a little bit, because you'll see some people drive by and they'll want to show off for the cameras as well as you hear them rumble the engines. And,
Brian, I just saw a polar bear driving by in a car. I'm not sure that that's... Okay, and we are broadcasting live from downtown McMinnville, 3rd and Davis. Dragging the Gut is going on, folks, and it is fun. You're going to see cars of all shapes and sizes. And don't forget, the whole point of it is a fundraiser for YCAP. So bring your donations of canned foods or some cash. Everybody will take cash as well. The cheerleaders in red. Everybody else will take it too, but you want to make sure you give it to a cheerleader in red to go to the right place.
That is true. Glad to have you as we're here on Channel 11 and Channel 29 here in the area, and also on dragonthegut.com. And a beautiful night out here. Great night for people watching and car watching. Don't know which one to do more of out here.
I know, it's kind of funny. And you miss a few, and, well, catch it the next time around. And you are right. We were talking earlier, Brian and I, about the color. Blue is the color of the year this year.
It is.
More cars are blue than any other color.
We have to have a little, maybe a cheat sheet here and just kind of keep track. But I think blue has been the color, and it's been more of a, not the dark, deep blue.
Yeah,
it's been the lighter
baby blue,
blues.
sky blue color.
It's been very popular, and a great night for all this going on here. Great music behind us, and we're just having a great time out here and having fun, and that's what it's all about. And that and raising money for YCAP, as Eve said. So bring some canned food or some cash down there and help support YCAP.
Come on down, bring your chair if you want to sit down. Otherwise, you're not going to find a place to sit. So bring your own chair. Everything is free. I mean, unless you want to go buy dinner or something, but come on down and just enjoy the view and the sights and sounds.
Yeah, it's, perfect weather out here, starting to cool off. And
it is. It's getting just very pleasant.
There's quite a few people down here, but, of course, it's taking place all along 3rd Street. Yeah. So you're more than, likely going to find a spot somewhere or in one of the establishments down here. And come on out here, have fun, enjoy it, and enjoy the cars, the people, and just the great Saturday night.
Now, the band that you are listening to in the background here, that is Sal and the Salamanders. They'll be playing until 8:30 here at the U.S. Bank Plaza at 3rd and Davis. And then it's Reckless Abandon. And they're getting together after 30 years of doing their own thing. They're just coming back to town to jam together for the first time in a long time. But it's like Brian said, 3rd Street is available for viewing. You can bring your chairs and you can be right here in the hub of it where the noise is and the bands, or, go farther down, at Galloway where it's a little bit quieter, but you'll still see the vehicles because they cruise up and down.
And they will be doing that all night long. We'll be here just covering all the action. You're going to see all different types of vehicles. You're going to see people who cruise it for an hour or two, and then they'll go park, and they'll be the ones standing out here. And then you'll see new cars coming around, and they'll just keep rotating. You got people from coming all over the area, which is kind of what cruising was. It wasn't just people from McMinnville.
No,
you get all the surrounding areas as well coming out here to show off their cars.
That's right. Show off their cars, meet other people. That, a lot of times they'd meet somebody, you'd go park at a parking lot somewhere and talk about their cars, or at least the guys would. They'd get out, they'd look under the hood, the girls would get to know each other, and then it's like, okay, let's go back downtown, here we go. But that's what Dragging the Gut's all about. We've got the parade coming. Mike Donahue from Coin TV. We've got Nicole and Tony Obrist, who actually met Dragging the Gut here 30 years ago, and then Ish Duckett in a vehicle, not on a horse, and they should be coming down 3rd Street at about 7 o'clock tonight. I'm not sure what time it is right now, but we've got some time to be watching things go on.
It's a little after 6 o'clock, so we've got some time, and Here's the new thing we've had a lot of this year, Eve. You've got the different heads of people in cars that being the unicorn head. We saw some Sesame Street character heads earlier. And I have a feeling we're going to see a few more.
I have a feeling we're going to see a few more, too. And, you know, if you're afraid that you can't get downtown, you can park about a block away. There is parking available. And just come on down, bring your chair, and, you know, you're good to go. Or drive the gut and check it out first.
Because they won't, you know, stop you and say you can't drive in that car.
That's
They're
right.
like, hey, bring it on.
Everything is welcome. Everything is welcome.
Bring on the minivan. Bring on whatever. What did we say earlier? The 52 something something. So it should be fun to see what everybody is coming out here. And as we said, blue's still the color of the night.
That's a beautiful blue Chevy Apache.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got the rounded windows there in the back, which is supposedly like highly sought after.
Oh, really?
That's what I hear anyway.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just, you know, I wasn't talking cars with the guys when I was cruising the gut. And so
you were doing the other thing.
Girls.
You were kissing.
And so you get those rounded mirrors or windows, and you don't see a lot of that anymore. You get the guys from Washington with the souped-up trucks, and Linfield just started this weekend, I believe.
They start on Monday,
So they've been coming.
Yeah,
here.
they're coming into town.
Some
That's
families
right.
probably here.
Oh, I'll bet. I didn't even think about that.
And they're probably going,
what the heck?
Which is awesome because they're going to, you know, they're going to love this event. And, you know, once you go through it, you're like, this is pretty cool.
It is.
Really
and then you look forward to it for next year. It's like, oh, wow, I'm going to get ready and do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's turned out to be one of those events that people are coming out here for. It's a signature event that you'll see highlighted in different media outlets throughout the state, online, and also locally.
Yeah, Ruben has done a great job at just, you know, thinking it up and deciding to go with it. And, boy, people have followed, and it has become very popular.
Well, you know, it all started back with Facebook posts.
It did, and he's just said, hey, let's do this, and it's caught on like wildfire.
This is pretty awesome.
It is. Now, that's a pretty awesome car there, Brian. We've got something.
Now.
That just reminds me of royalty or something, you know, British.
40s, is that right? 30s
I
maybe?
think 30s or 40s, yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, where do you even get tires like that? I mean,
Good
seriously,
point.
white walls.
Yeah,
you know,
those are beautiful.
It's awesome. It's very cool. It's a 1929 license
plate. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
wow.
I guess that answers that question
It
there.
sure does. That's pretty.
Pretty awesome. And you've got a great crowd out here. You've got another Bel Air going by, and the Igniter's here, McMinnville. A neat car there. And you're going to have every single car in every size, shape, and color, you name it
and
out
the people driving, everybody's got a smile on their face, and they're watching the road, but they're looking at the people looking at them.
Which is, I mean, how often do you get to be in a parade?
That's right.
And when you are.
Yeah, you're not in a costume or anything.
Exactly.
And you can pull out at any time. I'm tired. I'm going home.
Time to go.
That's enough. Yeah.
But we're still early out here, and we're having fun, and we're going to keep this going. And just, you know, you said have a smile on their face, and that's going to be the key. If you see that, you know it's going to be a fun night.
Carmen Gia. My friend had a Carmen Gia in high school. It was baby blue, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of those ones that I always wanted to have.
Oh,
but,
me too. I was so jealous.
Never got one.
Yeah, and then she traded it for a little Hustler, and I was like, what were you thinking? Practical?
Not a good decision, right?
No.
Okay.
Not for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, think about some of the cars that I've had. I think there's not a single one I'd drive out here.
Or that could.
Not good enough. Well, I'm just saying that. I mean, you can get, like I said, any kind of car, any type of vehicle, but you know, the Plymouth Champ really wouldn't make a statement.
No.
The Mercury Zephyr.
There you go.
Probably wouldn't make a statement either. The four-door.
I had a Pontiac Catalina.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What color?
Well, it was gray. No, it wasn't gray. It was brown. It was a brownish beige.
Brownish gray.
Yeah, brownish gray. There you go.
Of all the cars I've owned, probably the one that
Yes.
that'd be the one. The 63 Grand Fury 3 would be the only one that would actually, for me, think of cruising, be cool enough for me to drive out here. And I couldn't pull it off, though.
Well, I was just talking to my mother today about that car, the 64 Catalina. She said in 1976, when I got my license, she never drove that car again.
Wow.
I was like, oh, come on, Mom, I'm sure you did. Nope, that was it.
She was
I
done.
never had it again.
That's crazy.
Yep. Oh, boy, it's like I've gone back in time here, Brian. It's like the 70s all over again with some of these vehicles coming and going.
Not a bad thing either.
No, it's not.
It's fun. It's fun to see all the people out here just enjoying the night.
Yep, just enjoying the night. Don't forget, it's a food for YCAP. Bring a canned food donation or some cash. They'll take either. I'm looking at their sign. $20 provides 66 meals provided by YCAP. $10, 35 meals. $5, 17 meals. 2 cans of food. Helps out a family right here in our community.
It's a great deal, and the cheerleaders from McMinnville High School are ready to take your money and help it get to YCAP. Order your food donations, which over the 8 years they've been doing this, it'd be interesting to see. I know Ruben's probably got a total.
He probably does, and we just don't know it. I wanted to ask you something about this, being in the sports world. Did high school football kick off last night?
High school football kicked off last night as we had the Jamboree. Was at Centennial High School.
Okay.
And so McMinnville played there along with another team. It's one of those things you're just getting ready, just kind of feeling everything out.
Preseason,
very preseason.
Right.
And so this Friday night and the next, actually 3 Friday nights, the Grizzlies will be at home for 3 home games. And
now, are we still in the Salem Mid-Valley?
Yes, Greater Valley Conference.
Greater Valley, there we go.
Yeah, so they'll be taking on Wilson, though, to have their little other preseason matchup. And then after that, it's all Greater Valley Conference contests.
Okay, and Brian, you do the games live on 1260 KLYC?
I do, and also yamhilltoday.com.
Awesome, there we go. So
fun times.
Yeah. With my daughter out of high school now, I've kind of lost touch. I don't like it. I like being on top of the things, you know?
Well, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people probably saying, what is she doing now? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Which is good.
There's an old Stingray. Boy, that's Rosie.
Rosie.
I wonder if they've got some AC/DC blasted inside.
I have a feeling they probably do.
I'm thinking so.
There's another Elk. Is that an El Camino there?
Yep, and a Harley. And a Camaro. Boy, for not knowing anything about cars, Brian, I think we're doing pretty good.
I think so, too. We didn't just say motorcycle, did we?
Yeah.
We'll get around that later. This is a great event. This is fun to see, and if you're in town, you have time to come on out here, and if not, glad to have you watching here.
Yeah. My mom should be watching on in her room, and so say hi to Mom. I asked her if she wanted to come down, and it's a little hot, I think.
Well,
yeah.
She may, she's doing the right thing, watching us online or watching us on TV, which is always a good thing as well. So
we got some
fun to see all the different people, and there's a lot of people who are not local.
Yeah.
And they're coming in from other places. I know some people, as I said earlier, from Salem that are coming out, and that's the cool thing. Is that people know that this event is happening, and they come here for it.
Well, you know what's funny? Being from McMinnville, and I know other people feel this way too, I go downtown now, and I don't see anybody I know, and that's just a very strange feeling. It's like, wait a minute. So now at something like this, you're downtown, you see people you know, you see cars that you remember, and it's just a whole lot of fun. I've seen parents from Malia's days when she was a kid, and they have kids Malia's age, and I'm thinking, okay, you got to remember names now, Eve. You got to think. There's Jessica.
She did wave back to you, so I'm impressed. I thought maybe you were just throwing that
No,
out
I'm just
there.
throwing that out. I actually do know some people. I'm feeling
right
better
cue,
now. I
right on
belong.
cue.
I belong.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good times. We got a couple orange cars
Yeah.
now.
So we had blue earlier, and orange just seems to be the big. They kind of come in clumps too, which is kind of awesome. We had several red cars all together at one time as well.
You know, I'm sure there's a study somewhere.
I know, there's got to be.
That's like, you know, these are the classic car colors for the day. And I'm sure orange and blue would all be up there right about now.
Well, and I'm sure it depends on availability and, you know,
what's out there and what's, you know, back in the day, there was usually just 2 or 3 colors per car. And usually the ones, the baby blue or the orange, were not the most popular.
No.
But they're the ones now
black,
that either
gray, white, those are,
exactly. Maybe some red, but now I think maybe
green was pretty popular back in the day.
So. I think those are the ones now that, hey, if you're going to put a paint job in this car, why not go different?
Yes, exactly. I saw a purple car. It hasn't come back around yet, but I saw it go down the one way, and I mean, it definitely was a new paint job. So
there is a cruise route suggested. So if you're out here cruising, you can definitely find the brochure if you want to check that out. Of course, that goes 3rd Street, and you go across to Adams, and you go up to 10th and take a right, and then go, you go Baker Street, then take a left on 10th, then go down Adams and take a right on 3rd Street,
okay,
and then you go around.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but Ruben was cruising through and waving. So, and Ruben was the founder of this. He was the one that started the whole thing. It was his idea, and he's in his car. And
is anybody with him?
I didn't see anybody with him. He had the windows rolled up too, for whatever reason.
Yeah, the
air conditioning on.
In his classic car, so that's good to see. So there is a suggested route, but do what you can do. Just a reminder, this is a fundraiser for the Whitecap Food Bank, and they're accepting food donations, money donations, whatever. Come on out here. They're in the red shirts and the red and silver pom-poms.
Yes, can't miss them. They're on every corner. I think they're on every corner.
I think they're mainly on this one.
This one? Okay. So we're at 3rd and Davis. And so that's where the cheerleaders are. But if you miss them as you go down, turn around, come back. You can catch them on the flip side.
That's it. Or you can just stop by here, and we'll make sure we get it to them as well, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure we will. Dinner tonight.
There you go. What a good time out here. And now we are finally in the shade.
Yes, we are.
But still a lot of good sunny spots if you're looking for sun. But a great night. People in the back of trucks. People just driving down, cruising down the gut the way it used to be back, whether it's the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or even today.
I was going to say, was that a couch in the back of somebody's truck?
I thought it was too.
Like, okay. Yep, that is a couch.
It is, whatever it takes.
We're moving around down here, that's for sure. And, you know, people are going. I mean, there is no holdup or backup at all. People are moving.
And you'll probably see here in a little while, Eve,
a little
as
backup,
we get to about 7, 8 o'clock. That's when it's just going to be bumper to bumper. But you're right, though. They are going through at a pretty good clip.
Yep. Now that is pretty. And you can hear the engine. And we've got a Volkswagen van coming up, but it's kind of like a Volkswagen van truck.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see a lot of those. You have this car here, another purple car.
Yeah, purple. And it is
what a
pretty.
Great night. Ah,
yeah.
Awesome. And there's the smile we've been looking for.
Yeah.
There's some more orange. People are just having a great time. There's a little Chevy driving down there, an old Chevy going by too as well. It's a lot of cool cars.
New cars.
You name it.
Now we've got some orange things coming up.
There we go. Everybody's in the parade. That's awesome.
Oh boy.
So you're out here, you can bring your vehicles out as well. As we said, it doesn't have to be a sports car, classic car. It could be mom's minivan if you want.
What's that?
It could be mom's minivan if you'd like as well.
Yep.
It does get loud here.
It does get loud.
So.
We're at 3rd and Davis, between the car's engine and the band playing Sal and the Salamanders. It is pretty noisy around here.
It's happening right now.
some of the cars are pretty noisy as far as paint jobs, too. The yellow and orange, wow.
Well, there's one that you're looking almost underneath it.
Yeah, it's like
jacked up. You have to get a ladder to get up in that one.
Lime green, wow. Okay.
You name it. We've had all different colors out here tonight. Haven't seen a camouflage one.
No, haven't seen any camo. There's some
time.
motorcycles. I tell you what, this is a pretty Bel Air. We have seen this, and it is pretty. Yeah.
A Mustang coming up here at the light, and just a perfect night. I mean, just look at what's going on. People taking pictures of each
people
other.
taking pictures.
Exactly.
That's right. I love it.
Which makes it fun. Bel Air's got a little bit of power there.
He does. Oh, now here we go. Another purple. That is very, very pretty. Okay, Mustangs.
And you start getting some of those cars that got some.
That was about the color of my car.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you would call it.
It's a nice color car.
Boy, some of these trucks are pretty. We've been talking about paint jobs all night long, and some of them are just very, very pretty.
Yeah. You got people coming out in motorcycles.
That's a pretty
too,
motorcycle too.
It's all sorts, which is awesome, which makes this so much fun.
Plus, it's free.
It's free.
You know, get out of the house and enjoy the evening, the community of McMinnville. I mean, it's just a whole lot of fun. That's got to be an old, I'm not sure what year that is, Brian, but it's old.
Well, he had Mac Drag the Gut, little
2010. I think that was probably one of the
year.
Yeah, first ones.
That's awesome. Good to see people. Most people smiling out here.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Oh, that's pretty. That Chevy.
Nice. Nice cars out here. Just fun to see. And, you know, as we said, it doesn't have to be the sports car. It can be anything.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And, you know, it's one of those things that who would have thunk it, you know?
I know. Well, and you just kind of laugh because it's like, really, this is what we're going to do? And just have a whole lot of fun.
Well, it beats doing other things.
Well, yeah.
You know,
stay home and watch TV every night. Let's come out and enjoy the sights and sounds and smells.
That is right. There's a lot of them out here, a lot of people out here. What a great time it is. Brian Eriksen, along with Eve Fuller here, just having a great time and reminiscing about the days and talking about the cars and just the people and what's going on. Just what a cool scene it is out here.
We've got every type of vehicle that's come by, and we haven't even started yet. The Grand Marshal's coming by, start around 7-ish. It's kind of hit and miss what time. From Coyne.
Yeah, Mike Donahue will be here.
You. Boy, I had one of those senior moments.
Yeah, we always have those.
Yeah.
And Mike will be here, and he'll be coming, hopefully slowing down. I'm not sure if we'll be able to talk to him, but we'll at least get to see him here, and he'll be going down. I believe he's going to be in a bright red. I should know what type of car, but
it's going to be a convertible, I would assume.
It is.
Yes.
Big, bright.
I think we'll recognize him. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Ish Deckett will be in another vehicle, and so will Tony and Nicole Obrist. And, you know, people are just sitting here watching and enjoying the evening. And you can be in the Drag the Gut. You can drag it yourself and be part of the parade, or you can sit on the side and watch it go by. It's free. It's very, very comfortable outside right now. And if you can and would choose to do so, you can donate to YCAP, bring some cash down for YCAP, or a couple of cans of food. They would appreciate it as well.
Yes, they would. Downtown 3rd Street, having a great night. And, you know, what more can you ask for? Lots of fun. And just, you don't see this every day.
No, you do not see this every day.
That's the best thing about it.
That's really, yeah. And here comes this again. We have seen that, and I'm still kind of intrigued with that vehicle.
So let's talk a little bit about your cruising days, Eve. What was the probably best car you cruised in on the go?
Okay, I wouldn't say myself. When we cruised, I was usually with my girlfriend who had a Chevy truck. And it was probably a 60-something Chevy, and there was usually 4 of us girls that rode in the front of this Chevy truck. And so what was really fun, what you would do is, you know, the two girls on the side would duck, and then the two girls, the driver and the middle one, they'd be sitting there together going, stop it, stop it, stop it. And, you know, you drag down 3rd Street looking for boys and, you know, thinking that everybody's looking at you, and you just look so silly, you know.
That's awesome.
So that's usually what we would drag at 3rd Street in, or my Catalina. And we had a loop, just like there's a loop today that you'd come down. We had a loop, you know, you'd come down 3rd Street, see what's going on. You'd head over to Linfield and do that loop, and then we'd head out to the A&W, which is over where Grocery Outlet is now.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was kind of a loop back in the day, and I think we weren't the only ones.
No, no, you weren't. Well, I remember coming out, you know, in the mid-'80s when I started college.
Yeah.
Took the old 83 Ford Ranger
Okay.
down the gut many times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite like the 75 Charger
Oh, boy.
that my buddy had, and we used to take it in Salem, and that thing could move.
Well, I've always wondered, I mean, you know, the whole point is to meet people dragging the gut,
Yeah.
but when you're so busy dragging the gut and driving, it was hard to meet people.
Well, you know, there was a trick that my buddy and I used to do.
Ah, do tell.
We used to take tennis balls, and we'd cut little slits in there, and we'd put our phone number and the tennis ball, and just kind of drop 1 or 2, hey, and, you know, wouldn't hurt anybody, it'd bounce, and
But
it
then
was
they'd
cool.
have to call your home phone
Yeah,
because
there's no cell phones, you're right.
yeah.
They never
So,
called, though.
Yeah,
We
doggone
tried.
it.
We tried everything.
Oh.
I told Dan I wouldn't tell that story, though.
Oh.
That's okay.
Well, sorry, Dan.
Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Everybody
I won't
knows
say
now.
your name.
No phone calls. He's probably happily married.
He is. He
Yeah.
is.
Oh boy.
Good times. And that's what it was. There was a lot
Yeah,
going
it
on.
was
and-
just fun.
and it's, you know, it is different today with cell phones and social media and everything else, like everybody says. That's all
Yeah.
cool. But there's still something about being there and the experience that
Well,
I think
you
the kids
just-
today really enjoy.
The sounds and the smell.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
You don't get that from video games.
no, you do not.
No.
And the interaction.
Yeah, and
So.
which is cool, which is a nice way. And you're not just showing off your car; you're just out here hanging,
Yep.
seeing what's going on, and having a good time.
That's a nice little Pontiac convertible.
Wow.
That would be a nice car to drag the gut in.
Yes, it would. In fact, I've got my grandpa's truck that my uncle has. Love to bring that out sometime. That's my goal here, is to get him to bring it out here in the next couple of years. It's like a 56.
Oh boy. And it does it run
something.
still?
It runs a pickup. It's got the curved glass in the back.
Oh, it
That's the only
does.
reason I knew that.
Okay.
And there's Mark and Susie driving through, having a great time in the Subaru.
Oh,
Good time. There's a little is it a Lincoln Town car?
it looks like it. I think my dad had something like that.
Yeah, we had a little Chrysler New Yorker, which I thought was really cool.
in
Yeah,
the
it
days.
wasn't.
Man, you know, remember the cars? At least in the 70s, they were so big until the gas crisis. And boy, that was something. The gas lines. I don't know if you are old enough to remember that, Brian, but
No.
boy, that was something. And my Catalina, my dad would take my Catalina while I was at school and go wait in the gas line for a couple hours and fill it
Wow.
up for me. That's a dad. You
That's
know?
impressive.
That is.
That's, you know,
Yep.
fortunately we don't have that today.
No, we don't.
Not yet anyway. But, you know, that was just what they did,
That's it.
you know. And those cars could take some gas, too.
He sure could.
It was more of an occurrence when you're getting 10, 12 miles to the gallon.
Yes.
And you're at the gas station quite a bit. Nowadays, you can fill up and
Yeah.
I maybe go
you're
once
good to
a
go.
week.
Yeah,
I'm
you get a
lucky.
little hybrid that doesn't even run on gas. You can keep on going.
That, and you look back at also parking spots.
Yes.
They've changed. They've shrunk.
Oh, they have shrunk a lot.
You know, in Europe, they've got all those, you know, so much more people in a smaller area. They've got the cars where they back in, like the smart cars. And
Okay.
they'll just back, instead of going sideways, they just back in so you can fit like 3 or 4 people in one spot.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
did
it's kind
not
of
know
weird.
that.
It's kind of weird to see that, but smart. Get
Yes.
more people down there.
Well, you can see by the pictures that there are quite a few people down here. We're just kind of hanging out, looking at the cars. Everybody's having a good time. So what it's all about, it's free. All you have to do is, you know, you can drag the gut yourself. Come on, be part of the show, or come down and bring a chair and watch it go by. That's kind of my favorite. I like to watch it go by.
Well, it's funny because you'll see probably both of us are the same way. We're sitting here looking, and then we won't say anything because we're like, wow.
Wow, I know.
It's pretty, oh, wait. It's pretty cool, and that's what it's all about, you know? And you get, this guy's been through 5 or 6 times, and he's
having fun.
He's having a great time.
That's an old Harley, too.
He is loving it. And the noises are starting to increase the more people you have, and the frequency of the cars less and less because more and more people are joining the gut. Just a reminder, be safe out here and no peeling out because there is law enforcement out here who will make sure that you're following all the rules.
They want you to follow the rules. It's a family event. There's kids down here, and, you know, they should be. Bring them down. Have some fun.
It's definitely worth it. And if you have anybody who's into cars, they will totally love it. Even if they're not into cars, they'll love it because it's something that you don't see all the time.
That's exactly right.
Or as you want to sometimes.
Yeah.
As we said,
boy.
here within the next probably 15, 20 minutes, and then throughout the rest of the night will be lots of horsepower.
Horsepower. Here we're back into the orange now a little bit. So it's just been funny. Brian and I have been talking about how the cars kind of come in clumps of color, which has been kind of odd. So orange, blue, purple. Yeah, that's a beautiful orange Chevy. Is that a Chevy?
I believe so.
I think it's a Chrysler.
Is it a Chrysler? It's kind of similar with my grandpa's car I was talking about. Very similar to that.
Yeah, it's got a Chevy, a little emblem there.
Nice car.
Yeah, it's a truck, actually. Well, we don't claim to know a whole lot about vehicles, but we're here having fun, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to know anything. No. You just know what you like and say, ooh, ah, I like that.
That's all you need to do because
that's right.
It's fun.
It's look at those tires on that. Oh, wow. That looks like it's floating. It almost looks like a Jetson car or something.
You don't see too many of those driving around town.
Wow, that's a pretty car. I like it.
Pretty awesome vehicles.
Yeah.
Now
we've got a muscle car coming. Yep.
That thing with the racing stripes.
Yep. Looks like it should be out on the mile strip somewhere.
I think it'd probably get up to, you know, a few miles per hour if it needed to or wanted to. And that guy's probably the original owner as well. So
you know, probably with the dice and all. The kids are in it too, going, "Oh, this is Grandpa's car. Can't touch it."
We never get a ride in this one, Grandpa. Why is that?
Yep.
Good times and live music going on. Of course, we'll be having at 8:30 Reckless Abandon, and that'll be their 30-year reunion show. And if you're interested in hearing some great live music, 8:30, come on out here. We got some great music going on right now as well. This is the big event right now, the big cruise. There was the car show today at Evergreen, and that was at noon. Went till about 5 o'clock, and then a lot of those people come on down here and have been cruising ever since, as we're right around 6:30 hour. And hey, what more can you ask for on this Saturday night? Great weather.
Dinner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Plenty of places to eat down here. You may have to wait a little bit because you've got an influx of people, which is great.
Now there's an old VW van.
And those things are coming back. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yep, they're coming back. We've got a friend that has one. His daughter always called it the loser cruiser. He's got it all fixed up now, though. I bet she'd ride in it now that she's in college.
Do you have names for your cars?
I don't, but Malia's always named her cars.
Really?
Yep. She drives Maurice, loves it. It's a 91 Oldsmobile.
Nice, Maurice. Okay.
Yep. And she'll be getting my car pretty soon, and she's already named it Trudy. So
Trudy.
Yeah.
Go
figure.
You go.
Like, okay.
I don't remember naming any of my cars.
Either,
I mean, it was my Plymouth Champ was, you know, mockingly the skateboard on wheels is pretty much what we said it was.
My Catalina was the cat. Let's get in the cat and go. You know what?
There you go.
I guess we're just kind of boring.
I guess so. Oh, well. It's some of the fun. Now, as the people are coming in, still lots of room out here if you're interested to come on down and see it live. We've got panda heads and bear heads in one of the cars here.
But you can see there's young and old here. we've got one of the roads. Well, it's just the way the lights are and the way the traffic is. So, I mean, it's still flowing very easily. So,
yeah, it's not bad at all. And I think there'll be more people coming out here as we continue on throughout the night. But what more can you ask for? This is great. This is great to see all the different cars. There's cars parked on the side of the road. There's cars going down the road. That Mustang, I love that red Mustang. Gosh,
isn't that pretty?
Awesome.
And don't forget, we're raising money for YCAP. The McMinnville High School cheerleaders and dance team are here. They'll take your money. They'll take your cans of food. In exchange, they give you something. So you might, bring some cans of food down and see what they've got going.
They definitely will love to have the support to come on down here and help support YCAP and just have a good time. And that's what it's all about. Just people pointing and looking at all the different cars and saying, oh, cool, look at that.
That is pretty.
That's what it's all about. And there's a car here for everyone.
There is, for everyone.
If you can't find a car you don't like, something's wrong.
Well, I'm in the market for a newer car, so
let's find the perfect car for you now.
Yeah, I want air conditioning.
Well, that takes about half of those cars out.
So see, we can just already wheedle out some. Our old boss, Larry Bonsack, he had Mustangs, and we used to ride in those, but none of them were air conditioned.
Yeah, used to ride in that way too often.
Yeah.
Because it was not. If it was, he wouldn't turn it on.
No, he wouldn't. He liked to have the windows down.
Yes, he did. Yeah. That's what we got tonight. A lot of people, the windows down.
Yeah, well, the top's off, windows down. Look at this Continental right here. Oh,
wow.
Boy.
That's like, is that a blue or is that a
I think
white?
That's baby blue, isn't it?
I think it is too.
Yeah. Coral, salmon, what color is that?
Sure. It is definitely a salmon.
Yeah.
Wow. But you're right,
that's
though.
That's pretty, too. 1940.
Is that a 40?
That's what it says.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. They should do that for all cars. Make
my
life so easy.
Yeah, it would make it so much easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I could say, hey, it's a 40. I wouldn't be able to tell you what kind it is.
There's a Malibu, a Chevy Malibu.
Muscle
That's
cars.
a 72.
There you go.
So, I think that's Chris Bledsoe.
Not sure what year this car is there, but it's
oh, it's old.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it is.
Back in the day too, you get some of the cars that you have the hood ornament, which was the cool thing.
Yes, it was.
And I don't even know when that came into existence, because some cars that you see out there don't have them.
No.
And it's really not on a lot of the cars today.
Well, I think people break them off, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's too bad, because that's one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
Some of the ornaments for
the little Mercedes thing, or the Jaguar thing.
Speak my language there.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
He's not even smiling, though.
I know. You got to smile
though.
when you do that. He's looking tough. He's got a reputation to uphold.
That car will definitely help you out with that.
Okay, the light's green, buddy.
There he goes. And the funny thing is, you go on down and another car comes in.
That's right.
It's just like that. It's so cool to see the different cars that just kind of filter through here on this beautiful Saturday night here on 3rd Street.
Yep. We are broadcasting live from 3rd and Davis. The U.S. Bank Plaza has live music. The band Sal and the Salamanders are playing. Tonight it's Reckless Abandon at 8:30. Things are going on, Cruise in the Guts going on until all hours, 10, 11. I mean,
sometimes till 12.
It could go to midnight.
Some people do it.
You're welcome to come down and cruise. You're welcome to come down and just watch others cruise. It's really a lot of fun. I tell you what, there's cars for everyone. We're looking for a new car for me.
Well, that $25,000 bright
Yeah,
red and white.
That was pretty.
That was pretty nice. Comes our buddy on the motorcycle again.
Yep.
I saw him drop somebody off, and he walked across the street. I thought he's done for the night.
I think he brought somebody a chair.
Is that what he did?
Thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to keep going.
Yep.
That's
nice
awesome.
Chevy truck there.
And some of the classic cars, you just don't see them.
No. Well, they don't want to take them out and get them dirty or
That's
dusty.
true.
You
That's
know?
true.
And gosh, you break down out in the middle of nowhere, what do? You're going to have to call a tow truck,
Or if you have a hammer, you just kind of start beating on the
That's
alternator,
true.
right? sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, well, I just replaced my alternator Tuesday, so I do know something about that.
You didn't try hitting it with a hammer, did you?
I didn't.
No.
Maybe that's what it would have taken.
Something like that.
I think Matt might have hit it with a wrench, though. He was not real happy with it.
He knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah, he does. We got it done.
There you go.
That's the main thing. Now we're back into the baby blue again, sort of. That's a pretty car.
There's a lot of them out here. There's
Oh,
another
look
one
at
that's
this one
silver.
coming,
Look
too.
at that.
Now, I'd go for that. Yeah.
I can
I
see
could
you
do
pulling that Corvette off.
You betcha.
To drive around town, and people would say, oh, look, there's Eve.
Oh, there's Eve again.
And her Corvette.
Yep. I kind of like the sound of that. Yeah.
Be raining, you'll still be going down, take the top off, and
put my scarf on like Elizabeth Taylor, and way to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Okay, what is this coming out as, Brian?
Is this a Model T of some sort? I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a
Boy.
24 Ford. I'm going to go with a Model
That's pretty.
Edelbrook.
That's
is what it
old.
said on the engine.
So is this one, too.
Some of the tires on these things.
I know. Oh, now we
Gorgeous
got the
night.
moon coming out, too.
Gorgeous night. Look at that.
Yeah.
Here is this Denny? Denny Edwards, the guy who jumped. He's probably not in there.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's what he jumped. He jumped that vehicle right there.
It says Rich of Dayton.
Well, I think it's pretty much Denny Edwards who
Edwards?
made the
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the trucks he jumped was that one right
Okay.
there,
Okay.
and his own personal truck.
Oh, how funny. Okay.
Yeah, so the only reason I know that is we spend a lot of time
You
over
were
there looking
there.
at those trucks.
Yeah. You were there. There's the Mustangs.
Yeah, Mustangs really, I'll say the theme of the night, but they were very popular.
Yes, they were. Well, and they were almost affordable, too,
Were
for
they?
a lot of us.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's why, too.
You know, the old, Larry had a couple Mustangs. I know our next door neighbor had a Mustang that actually offered to sell it to my dad back in the day when I was in college, and my dad said no, which was a smart decision.
Yeah,
but I wish we'd have that
have
right
it now.
It was yellow with a white convertible top. I'd be out there driving that thing
betcha.
right now rather
Yep.
than, sitting in my Toyota truck.
Watching them go by. Now, there's a Galaxy that needs some tender love and care. Boy.
Sometimes, though, those are the ones that,
isn't that fun?
that still have the rust marks
Yep.
and stuff that really just have the character. You don't see them.
No, you don't.
You know,
And you remember that. Oh, Mom, you remember going in that old car? We never thought we'd make it. And it took you everywhere.
Yes, it did.
Oh.
There's a Volkswagen bus going through. The little girl's waving, and the little boy's got his ears covered.
Yeah.
Too loud for him.
Yep, too loud.
It's kind of a neat scene. Just
It
kind
is.
of, almost you look back at some of these shots that, are we back in 1960 something?
We are. That's a pretty paint job on that car,
It
too.
is.
I wonder how he thought of that. The two-toned orange and
It's got a little bit of power there. It's
Yeah.
Chevy. A great night in here on 3rd Street.
It's a
Just
beautiful night.
the sun going down, of course, behind us, and just kind of bringing out some of the colors in some of these cars. That just the magic hour.
Yes. I think we're getting close to 7 o'clock, which is when the Grand Marshals will be coming down.
6:45, right around that time
Okay.
right now.
Well,
So they should. I think he's going to be meeting around 6:30, and you're right. Anytime could be coming down the big red convertible. We'll have a sign on there. It'll say Mike Donahue, Grand Marshal, on there. So
I'll probably go a little slower than what we have
Yeah.
been. That's a very pretty Camaro.
it really is. Is that? I don't even know if that's a natural paint job back then. Natural or
I
a
don't
paint job
know.
that relates to that time period or not.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, that's old. That's an old Ford. Okay.
Some awesome cars. If you're in the market to go car shopping, this is
I know.
probably not the place to be because there's all sorts of cars.
Yep.
It'll make you want an old car and maybe want a new car too.
Yeah, there's lots of trucks, too. So if you've ever souped up a truck when you were a kid, boy, it's time to get it out and bring it down.
Bring out the old 71 Ford I had.
Oh,
Wasn't
boy.
much of a, had like cattle bars on it though too, so I wasn't very cool with it. Even though one of the guys remembered the truck there at the reunion last night.
Oh, did they?
Eriksen, didn't you drive a red truck? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I hated that truck.
There you
I
go.
liked it. It got me to school, and my dad let me drive it. That was,
We never had, well, we did have a truck because we had a camper. Remember the, campers
Oh,
and
yeah.
the trucks that go together.
Yep.
But, oh, there's an old one. Old Chevy.
What a great time.
Oh, yeah. We are at 3rd and Davis, downtown McMinnville, dragging the gut. We've decided this is the 7th year going on. Milkshake, it's what?
I saw milkshake, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't know what it said.
Let's see if we can find that one on the way back.
Whoa.
Here
It's a
comes
little
the
loud.
loud ones.
Yep.
They see the cameras and the microphones, and they turn it up. Look at this car here.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's old, too.
1928,
Yeah,
maybe?
that's gorgeous.
Trying to think off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, it's a 28.
Yeah.
I saw it earlier.
Yeah, I know
Sorry.
you did. I was going with
You're
it,
letting
though.
me go. Awesome. I
was.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Here come the Panda Heads coming up in this,
The Panda
whatever this
Heads.
is.
Oh,
Panda
yeah,
Heads.
here we go.
Oh, she took off the Panda Head.
Yeah.
It's not real Panda. We figured that out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
these-
that's pretty, too,
Wow.
that convertible.
Be awesome. The
Ford
Deluxe, huh?
Wow.
1940. Be nice if every car drove by and said
Had
exactly what it
exactly what
was,
it
the
was.
year.
I like this, too.
That's the one that we're going to get to you.
Yeah.
Remember the first one,
Mhm.
right? That silver's really cool.
That is.
That's pretty sweet. It's amazing. Corvette. You see why they have Corvette clubs. Just a reminder, YCAP is collecting money and food donations out here. Actually, the cheerleaders from McMinnville High School collecting them for YCAP. So come on out here, and love to have you stop by and just kind of cruise the gut and drop off a bag of canned food or some cash for them.
Yep, that's why they're out here, and they'd be happy to take it from you.
We're happy to have you here. So we're streaming live on yamhilltoday.com, and also we're live on Channel 11 and Channel 29. Glad to have you here in McMinnville. Just having a great time, just sitting back. Great
It's
night.
a beautiful night. You know, it got up to about 90, maybe even 92 today, but it is so pleasant right now. A little breeze, and the sun has gone down, and the cars are coming out. And there's a new one each time, I think. We've got some of the diehards still cruising, but boy, they are coming out. That's a great big tire one.
Now, the thing is, on buying those tires, they're not cheap.
Oh, no.
And that's the thing. You gotta, you get a car like that, and it's pretty cool, but then you gotta put some money into
Yep,
it.
and yeah.
You're not trying to bring it back to what it was.
Okay.
You're adding accessories to it.
There we go.
There's Rich again, and the semi-rat. That thing can go.
Can it?
I'm sure it can. Sounds like it can. Anything with two big pipes going out
Yeah,
like
those
that.
two pipes. I'm thinking he's a good hauler.
Yes, you can haul some loads there.
Shoot.
Harley Davidson making some noise. Not
You know,
sure
it's
what-
interesting. Most of the motorcycles that we've seen tonight have been Harleys.
Yeah. He's from Salem, Oregon chapter.
There's another one.
It's definitely the bike of the evening has been the
Yep.
Harley. A lot of Corvettes here tonight as well. And now you're getting
Okay.
some of the smoke out here, and you're getting some of the
Yeah. Sights and
fumes,
sounds. There we
yes.
go. The fumes. Jay's 48. But here we come. Oh, boy.
I got a big tachometer in there. And the sun going right into the eyes, but you can see them just a little bit better that way. What a great scene.
Oh, boy.
Some of these cars, just
Yeah.
amazing.
It really is. We talked earlier. It's like being in a movie with some of these old cars and just being out here.
It is. It's like something
I like
that.
this.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
cool.
pretty. Very pretty.
You can see that racing somewhere.
Yeah.
Those Le Mans
In
races
England
are-
somewhere,
Yeah,
you know. It's
yeah.
like
France or whatever.
And he's got his riding glove on too. I love it.
That's awesome. What a cool color, cool car.
Why do you wear riding gloves in a car?
You have that car, you can do whatever you want.
I guess so. Yeah.
Or the one right behind it.
Yeah.
Actually,
like
they should be
too.
racing each other.
They should. That would be fun.
What a good time. Just hanging out.
A Coronet. When was the last time you heard a Dodge Coronet? That's an old one. I haven't seen any of those in years.
Nor would you want to.
I know.
One of those ones here, why do you have that?
Exactly.
But it's, you know, it fits in down here.
It sure does.
Every car fits in down here, of course.
Oh, my friend had an Impala too. Yep.
Yep, Chevy Impala.
Yep. It didn't have the wings like that though. Boy.
I think those are pretty sought after.
Those are.
You know, what's funny is the length of that car was the same length as that Plymouth Grand Fury 3 we used to go to work in. I mean, those things are huge.
That is huge. You know, parking in that nowadays would not be good.
How do you even do it?
We hear ya.
How do you even do it?
No.
You don't.
You don't. That's why you bring it out for something like this, and then you put it away.
There you go.
Unless you got a little Gia like this.
Very nice.
Groceries
cars.
in the back.
A lot of the cars tonight have been Mustangs.
They have.
A lot of Corvettes.
Corvettes.
We talked about the Harleys as well.
A few 1929, 1920 somethings. Not very many. You know, the old classic cars. Maybe we're waiting for the car show to come.
There you go.
Because we haven't seen as many as in the past, but it's still early.
Talked to a few people a couple weeks ago who were asking about the gut, and you know, we're just talking, and they said, yeah, you know, this year we're just going to show up.
Yeah.
She said, we've been driving it and driving our old car and just going up and down. I think it's time for us to just enjoy it.
Exactly.
Because, you know, it takes work going up and down.
It does.
You know, you're usually...
You're on display.
You are. You're committed for at least a half hour
That's
or so.
right.
It's awesome, though. What a fun time.
It's fun. You know, I've done it both ways now, and I've dragged the gut, and it's like being in a parade. You've got to, you know, wave and talk to people. And
it is a good time.
Oh, listen to the horns. You hear that?
Got some sirens,
too.
We
do have some sirens, don't we?
We do have some horns.
It's not a fire.
The coolest horn I ever had was, you know, I like to talk to my Plymouth Champ. It was actually a Dodge Dart that was Plymouthized, I used to say. And this, we had a horn my parents bought me that you could do 300 different sounds.
No way.
So you could have, you know, whatever, the regatta song, you could have music and whatever. It was awesome. It got annoying.
You installed it in the car?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was the best.
And it got annoying, huh?
Well, you know.
That's a pretty car.
After a while, you know, you can hear the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it just honk?
It did do that as well.
It's kind of like phones nowadays, you know? You just want them to ring.
Not play music and anything else. But yeah.
Just ring.
Just ring. You got some great cars. A lot of smiling people driving through.
Yep.
Just having a good time. That's what it's all about. Seen this guy come through. This is the dual orange and silver paint job. Which I wouldn't think orange and silver look good together, but it really does.
It does look good.
It does. Camaro here.
Yo.
Lots of people coming out here, just having a great time in downtown McMinnville.
We've seen several Chevy Malibus just recently. Here comes one of the old 1920s somethings that we were talking about. Oh, those motorcycles cutting in line.
Not part of the route, but
no, that's all right.
I think they're okay with that.
I think there's okay.
Here you go. This is well, it's got the original plate on there from cruising back in 2010.
Yeah.
Our 8th year. Great car. You don't see any of those anymore.
No, you don't.
Chevrolet there.
Oh, this is a pretty truck, too.
Yeah. Another, once again, orange. We're probably a few minutes away from having Mike Donahue come through, the Grand Marshal of this year's parade. Right around 7 o'clock, he should be making his way through.
And then Ish Deckett is the community leader, community icon being honored this year. And then Tony and Nicole Obrist community members for many, many years who met right here, Dragging the Gut, many years ago. It'd be kind of fun to have a reunion of people who met and married Dragging the Gut, you know.
I think it'd be a big group.
That might be.
I think so. That's awesome. You know, back in the day, too, you're driving cars, a lot of them were stick shifts.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they were.
So a little bit different.
Yeah. Especially if you didn't know really what you were doing and you were getting flustered and everybody's telling you to go.
That would never happen. I remember teaching a lot of friends how to drive stick shift.
Dragging the Gut?
Yeah, we'd always end up pulling up in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'd say, hey, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's get the Mercury Zephyr and I'll show you how to drive a stick shift. Oh, well, good times. A lot of memories, a lot of people coming back. What's cool to see is how a lot of different classes have their reunions, and then they plan on coming out
coming
here as well.
down here.
Yeah.
Yep. Several different reunions. Brian, you had your class reunion today in Salem.
It was weird. A lot of old people there.
Yeah.
I was the youngest person there.
Isn't that funny? It's like that saying, I hate it when you run into somebody and think, oh, man, that person's old, and then you realize, yeah, that was my classmate.
Yes, it was.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it was. That's a good time, though. Good to see a lot of people. Good to be going back for the 30-year reunion. And, of course, there's a 40-year reunion going on tonight as well. And
my brother's 55th was today at Wortman Park.
Awesome.
Yeah. The Salamanders playing down here at the U.S. Bank Plaza. Reckless Abandon will be playing at 8:30. So live music goes on all the way till about 10 o'clock tonight. No charge, just come on in. You can do a little dancing, a little watching. That's a nice, oh boy. Now talking about the hood ornaments, oh, that was the mirror I thought was a hood ornament. But, oh well.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I like the people in the back sitting there.
And that's awesome. Who would think to put a seat like that in that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's how it was, though. And it's very cool. I don't know how you get in there, but.
I don't know that they'd let you do that today. That doesn't look safe.
I don't think, you know. You
that wasn't the big thing about being safe back then, was it?
It wasn't. You know, things were different then.
And they probably didn't go 55 on the roads. The roads were dirt roads, and they, you know, went about 30.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
And they were cruising.
Yes, they were.
Yep.
Kicking up some dust and some rocks. Just Reckless Abandon. Looking forward to hearing them at 8:30 tonight as well.
Well, Salamanders sound pretty good. Yeah, little
like
oldies.
Live music. I mean, that's
right.
part of what it's all about down here as well. So
I'm thinking this is going to be more 60s, little 70s music. Reckless Abandon, I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably more from the 80s, just because.
That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with some good 80s music.
80s music, huh?
There's nothing better than 80s music, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're about a little bit before 7 o'clock, and hopefully we'll be seeing Mike Donahue, the Grand Marshal of this year's parade, coming through here in a few moments.
What is this, Brian, that we're looking at?
You know, I have no idea. It's like a Model T of some sort.
I'm wondering if that's like a kit that they put together or if it's the original.
Well, it has.
Look at those tires, though.
It's a Ford.
Okay.
And I don't know if Edelbrook is the engine or not, or if it's the type of car, but it is definitely an antique vehicle, as the license plate says. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. That's a nice VW van. Nice.
Cherried out. We got another. Here's a unicorn head in this car here.
Yep.
That VW Bug. Wow, that engine in the back.
Was that the Subaru doing that?
I think so. I was caught off guard a little bit.
Oh, my.
That's awesome. Is that a Porsche
Every type of vehicle is represented here. You just saw the Subaru go by. We've got just about anything.
That's a nice little car there. That
yeah,
Porsche.
it is.
It's not a cheap car.
No.
Anything with Porsche written on it, I don't think it's cheap.
No. I'm wondering if that's Mike inside. Mike Morris. He's got a Porsche.
I can't tell who it is.
I can't either. It's those tinted windows.
Pay extra for that.
Yeah, I know. Jay's 48. Oh, boy, that's pretty. There's a Jeep Wrangler.
We are here having a great time. Eve Fuller along with Brian Eriksen. And we're just waiting, getting ready for Mike Donahue to come through here moments away, hopefully.
I'm thinking that's coming down. Things are kind of locking up now a little bit, but that's just part of dragging the gut. It's going to be like this, and the people are here watching everything, and it's cooled down. So right now it's very, very
Perfect.
pleasant. Very
definitely
pleasant.
perfect.
You can hear the sounds of the motors. Boy, here they go.
The sounds, the feel, the smell, you've got it all here, dragging the gut here on downtown 3rd Street here tonight. If you haven't come out here yet, you'll want to. This will be going on probably till 10:30, well, I'd say 11, 12 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of different cars, a lot of different people out here cruising along and just having a good time. And that's what it's all about. And that's what we're doing here is just, listening to some live music as well as watching some of these amazing cars. Some of them you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And some of them are very impressive.
Some of them are very impressive, and I like watching them during the daylight. I mean, I know a lot of people like coming out when it's dark, but I like to be able to see the colors of them during the day.
And really, if you look at it, too, an hour ago, it's kind of really changed.
It has changed.
The color of the cars have really changed. I've seen the same car. It's looked totally different with the sunlight.
That's right.
Which is kind of cool.
It is.
You get some motorcycles. You get all the scooters even, it looks like right there. Or a mini motorcycle, I should almost say. I don't want to tell him that, but
No. Oh, dragging the gut. We're in the 7th year or the 8th year? 8th year. Started in 2010, so that kind of makes it easy. And just with a thought, Ruben Contreras had a thought that, oh, wouldn't that be fun to do? And put it on Facebook, and it spread, and look at it today. They've got sponsors, they've got live music. But the one thing is consistent throughout the whole 8 years. It's been a fundraiser for YCAP since day one. So bring down your cans of food or some cash and donate it. The kids, the cheerleaders have a schedule of events as far as the bands and what's going on. They'd like to give one to you, especially if you donate to them.
That's right.
So,
they'll give you a brochure and tell you what's going on and who helped out. There's a lot of people who have helped out and made this event what it is.
Ruben can single-handedly do it, most all, but not everything. He does have some help.
Yes, he does. Good times. Great to get some of that flavor out here because, this is only, and I know they have gut festivals in other cities and stuff, but there's nothing like the one here
really?
in McMinnville. They do. Vancouver has one. Some other places have one as well, but this is really different. It's all very Oregon-like because it is a little bit different than you'd ever see anywhere else. We're going to come out here and see people and make times to go out, and I guess we're going somewhere at 8, right?
Making plans.
Okay. Yeah, that's the fun part is there's a lot of people out here, and you're going to see somebody you know, people you don't know, meet new friends, whatever. We're just having a great time, and glad to have you either listening live.
You just see your friends from kindergarten and go, wow, okay. What are you thinking? She's always been flamboyant, and it's nice to see. We've got the Muppets. Who do we have here?
It's
Cookie Monster?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Cookie Monsters.
Yeah.
The back one is. I have no idea.
I have no idea either. It almost looks... I don't know.
We'll go with it.
Yeah.
We'll go. Here they come once
Here
again.
They come.
That's awesome.
We can wave.
Why not? Make it fun.
Yeah.
Do it up. It's impressive that it fits over their motorcycle
I
helmets.
know. Or you hope it's fitting over their motorcycle helmets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For their sake.
Boy, that's a pretty red Galaxy, too, that's sitting next to us.
Wow.
Yep. There you are.
Look at that.
Yep.
It's just amazing. Some of these paint jobs, and that's got a 350 engine in it that guarantee that's got some pickup.
Yeah, bet it does.
Not that you'd be able to do that out here
No.
too many different places, but it's nice to have when you need it or want it.
Or, yeah, if you're leaving in a hurry.
You ever burn a lot of rubber in your cars?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
I did.
I sped too fast. I would drive too fast in a lot of them, but...
the best car to burn out in?
I do not know.
Was that Grand Fury 3.
Oh, Okay.
Used to do that in front of the parking lot of my house all the time.
I'll show you, Mom and Dad.
Well, it was Grandpa's car.
Oh, okay, Grandma.
And this is at my house here in McMinnville when we had it, back in 2000,
Yes.
2001. And my buddy Ron would work on it, and then we'd drive it around. He's like, come on. All right. We used to have fun driving that thing around. It was cool because he could fix on it. He could fix it and work on it.
That was the thing about cars back then. You could work on them and fix them.
Yes, you could.
Yep.
Nowadays, you've got to be specialized.
There's a limo.
There's a limo. There we go.
Well, why not?
You'll see that. You're seeing a lot of different cars now.
Yeah, we are.
Mixing it
Corvettes
up.
to old Chevys and, oh boy.
Old Chevy there, an old Jeep.
That dog's having fun.
The fake one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking over at this one. There's a lot of fun things going on. A lot of people doing different things. And it's starting to, I wouldn't say clog up, but it's still moving pretty good. But it's starting to slow down a little bit compared to about a half hour ago.
I'm wondering, we're going to have the Grand Marshal here sometime soon.
Mike Donahue should be coming through here pretty soon.
Yeah.
We keep looking out for a bright red convertible.
The thing is, though, he could start at any time, but it does take a few minutes to get down to the street, so.
Yes, it does. You don't think it's that far, but to get on the road, to get in front of everybody else, sometimes takes a little bit. As we're still waiting around.
Oh, it's just nice. Nice and.
I mean, what better way to do it?
Yeah.
This is perfect. You couldn't do this anywhere else and have the same result.
Now, we've got the turnouts here for the cheerleaders, the dance team. They're taking your cash donations.
There's Mike.
Here we go. We've got the Grand Marshal coming this way. Mike Donahue from Coin 6, news anchor there for, 30-plus years. Started in about 1967 as an intern, went into the service, 4 years later came back and worked at the same station for 30 years. I think he still does a few things for them. Boy, he's looking pretty good, isn't he?
He is. He hasn't changed a bit,
he
actually.
He has not changed at all. I wonder if those are his children in there just going, oh, Dad. It must be grandkids, I'll bet. Dean Claus driving the car, I can see. I'll bet those are his grandchildren.
That's a nice car.
It is.
Mike's riding in style.
Yes, he is.
So good to have Mike Donahue part of this year's celebration as Mike goes through and doing what he does best.
I wonder if he's just thinking, boy, this is weird.
I think he's loving it.
I'm sure he's been in parades before.
Oh, yeah.
But probably nothing quite like this.
He's having a good time, and that's what it's all about.
And Dean and Debbie Claus with the car. Now we've got Ish Deckett and Twyla, his wife. Boy, they've been here for many, many years. It's good to see them both out. Hi, Twyla. It's good to see you out, too. Oh, boy.
Looking good, having a great time. What a perfect night.
Ish was, I don't know how many years, but he still has his horses. He was a member of the sheriff's posse. And so every parade around, he was in the sheriff's posse. And Nicole and Tony, they just kind of drove right by us way too fast. They're throwing out candy. I don't think that's allowed, but they met here dragging the gut 30 years ago. So I'm hoping they'll come back around and we'll get to say hello.
They did go off pretty quickly.
Yeah, they sure did.
Oh, that's good.
They got the light and there they went. So.
Very cool. Glad to see them come through and glad to have them be part of this year's celebration.
It is.
2017 Dragging the Gut Festival.
Brian, it is so much fun. You've got the elder people that are coming through and they smile and wave. But just now, a teenage boy is sitting in one of those big cars and he waved to me and it was really, really nice. I'm good.
So as we come through and hopefully Mike Donahue will come through
I'm hoping that he will come back. It's almost exhausting sitting here and watching the parade. It's
righty, as we are here. And, Norm Ordez is going to be coming on here in just a moment. So we're going to, of course, say thank you to Eve Fuller.
Oh, it's been so much fun. I would love to do it again soon. It's, maybe next year.
Well, there you go. There's always going to be next year as we will, do it again, of course, and just having a great time. And that's what it's all about. It's been fun. It's been fun to be back with you.
It is. It's been a whole lot of fun. We haven't done this in a long time.
It's almost like it's
and we still have it, I think.
2002 all over again?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember when that was.
Dragging the Gut 2017, downtown McMinnville, 3rd and Davis. Live music, lots of people, fabulous cars. Wow, what a great way to spend a Saturday night. Thank you so much.
Hey, it was great having you here, Eve, and we'll bring Norm Ordez will be coming on here in a few moments, and we'll just be sitting back and doing the same thing, and Norm will bring his insight as well. It's been great having Eve Fuller in with us here tonight, and as we continue cruising the gut here in 2017. And, of course, we had Mike Donahue come through, which is awesome to see, and Ish Duckett and his wife, as we are just continuing to cruise the gut and just have a good time and see some of the many cars coming through here. And what a beautiful night. If you're not down here, this is going to go on all night long. And there's some people last night as well. And that was fun to see them, and a lot of comments of people last night saying they had a great time and they were really excited about tonight. And tonight is proven to be very, very fun as well. As we'll bring on Norm Ordez. Norm Ordez, of course, of Clubhouse Chatter, does a podcast here locally, and also going to be a part of the high school sports show we have going on this year. Norm, glad to have you. It's awesome, isn't it? It's the way it should be. This is the way, back in the day, Eve and I talked a lot about cruising and what we did, our cruising habits. It was kind of like this. Yeah, there was a Main Street cruise.
This is back in 1989.
Yeah.
We'd take a cooler out and put our lawn chairs out there and just watch people drag the gut.
Probably saw me there a couple times.
Probably.
I was there at Linfield doing the same thing, and driving through. And everyone's got a story. That's the cool thing about it. Everyone has a story about cruising the gut or cruising or being a part of it, or they know somebody who, cruised the gut or did some weird thing. And, that's what it's about. It's just fun. Almost Americana.
Absolutely. We just had Tony and Nicole Oberst roll through, the Dragging the Cut couple, the couple. They met 30 years ago here, Dragging the Gut. And so how many stories are like that? How many met their significant others, at something like this?
I tried, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out either. As I was walking up, it was kind of funny. As I was walking up, you could definitely tell it's Oregon, because there's patches of marijuana smell, walking up, and you could tell it was kind of funny. And then you get on 3rd Street, and holy cow, man, there are some beautiful cars and trucks.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've talked a lot about just the different styles. There's been a theme of, for a while, the first, hour, a lot of blues, a lot of light blues, a lot of blues. And ever since we said that, there's been very few real blue, light blue cars come through, and we had a lot of orange cars, a lot of red cars. So there really is a lot of, just the same color cars during certain popularity styles,
right.
I guess.
Do you have a favorite one that you've seen so far?
I'm kind of being drawn to the Volkswagen bus that was all cherried out.
That was pretty nice.
That was pretty sweet. I mean, not that I'd ever, want a Volkswagen bus, but that was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. There was a red, oh man, I can't remember, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, there's so many. It's just crazy. A lot of these Chevrolets. I don't know, it's a 50-something there. If I knew my cars better, if I had to guess though, I'd say 54.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd like to ask
Bel
him.
Air.
Yeah, you can just.
But
well, he wasn't looking.
yeah, and and it's I saw PT Cruiser roll through with a lady and her dog, and I heard you comment on it, about they've probably been waiting all year for this.
It's true, dogs like parades, and this is definitely one to bring them through, and it's fun. The only thing, it's loud, and so you're gonna get some of that. And it's also a little bit smoky at times, but there's enough of a gentle breeze. It's kind of clearing everything out.
Keep the temperature down a little bit. It was a pretty warm day.
It's been nice. A little super sport there.
In this small town America right here. I mean, McMinnville, Oregon, this is my first one, actually. Because usually I'm working baseball.
You're usually working, yeah.
And so, this is my first one that I've made, and I'm pretty impressed.
Kind of throwing you into the fire, too, with all these, because you're right here. We are right here on 3rd Street, right in the middle of the action. MCM 11 and 29, just bringing you all the coverage here and doing a great job. I mean, it's pretty impressive what's going on right here.
It is, and and I was reading earlier in the day that the Downtown Association, was talking to Ruben about some things, and
they got some things to work out.
They got it worked out. I mean, obviously, people are dragging. That's what matters.
And they are coming in all sorts
there goes
of
an
cars,
Impala.
all shapes, all sizes. And we talked about knowing people. There's a lot of people out here that you get to know. And okay, they're gonna show off here for us here in a second. Told us to plug our ears, so be ready.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Well, I think he was right.
And listen to that power. Got a drag car out there.
That's impressive.
That is 669.
That thing on the back so it doesn't go off too high, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Kind of like the whoopee bar, yep.
Still recovering from my right ear. Kind of blew my headphones off, literally, from the outside.
Literally, you could feel the exhaust.
Yes, you could.
So, man, what a beautiful night, though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect
night. It was a little warm in the sun, but that went away pretty quickly, and we have got a perfect night. We're in the magic hour right now, and look at that blue. I mean, just look at the colors pop on those things.
Oh, definitely.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
And we talked a bit, the big thing, people wearing, masks, I guess.
Costumes, yeah.
Costumes.
Not sure that's legal, but oh well.
Yeah. They've got it going. She looks like she's tired. Yeah, lots of people saying hi. And if you want to contact us, lots of stuff going on. Reckless Abandon, 8:30 tonight.
Yes.
Looking forward to that, because that's going to be fun. And, you've got, I think, Thunder Road playing right now.
You ever heard Reckless Abandon?
I have.
They're supposed to be pretty darn good. I mean, back in the day,
somebody had a recording and they showed me, and it's like, wow.
I haven't heard them yet, but I know that, locals that have been, born here, racers, that they are the bomb.
Ruben was telling us all about him. Of course, Ruben Contreras, the guy who put this together, was telling me all about him. He's more excited than anybody, I think.
Yes, Ruben. He has worked hard to put this on.
Once again, the unicorn is back. Oh, yeah. What a great event, though.
Absolutely. We got motorcycles. We got your normal Dodge Rams driving down. And then we got, a lot of beautiful classic cars.
Just a reminder, you're down here, and this is a fundraiser for YCAP. And so stop on by and drop off some money, or if you have some canned food to drop off, they would love that as well. As I said, this is a fundraiser for YCAP, and it's a huge fundraiser for them.
It is.
And this is something that people who come to this event or drive through do a good job of supporting.
It's amazing. I'm pretty pleased. I'm impressed.
There's a nice car. Now, it said milkshake. I couldn't read the second part.
I couldn't read the second part either.
Yeah, the first part says milkshake. I know that. But there's my Volkswagen bus you asked about coming up here.
That is beautiful. I passed that coming in.
And there's some money put in that thing.
There's a lot of money put in these babies. Little dune buggy here. Did that sucker just raise up?
I don't know.
I think it did.
Did it really?
I think so.
Yeah, it's crazy with the money and everyone has to have a hobby, I guess, or a passion.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it. That's awesome. How
Yours
fun
is
that?
podcasting.
As they go through, and here it's just kind of cool. You look back and just some of these cars, you're almost speechless at some of them. You got cars that we should be talking about on the side of the road, the red Mustang.
Right.
Here's my Volkswagen
That
bus.
is
awesome.
a sweet bus. I would love that. Would you own that?
Oh, totally. Totally. There's another look at that from the back. That engine.
Wow.
Just immaculate. That's something that you don't see.
Every
my
day,
engine doesn't look like that. Not at all. What was the best car you ever cruised the gun in?
Wow. Man, I have to get back with you on that. I have to think about that one. How about you?
Well, I was talking about the Plymouth Champ, but it wasn't very cool. I would have to say the best car, I don't think the Ford Pinto, I don't think I ever had that one. It would probably be the Ford F-150 I had in 71, it's F-150 or F-100. It was awesome. My parents had, and I'd take that. It was fun to drive. I enjoyed it.
I would have to say my 69
See, that's better than mine.
Plymouth Satellite.
There you go.
And so it was a knockoff of the old Dodge Charger.
Yeah?
And it was a kind of a glitter bronze with a white hardtop on it. And so it was kind of a cool car.
It sounds something like you like to have like today.
Yeah, I got it taken away from me because it was a little fast.
We'll talk more about that here in a moment as we have Mike Donahue getting ready to come through the light here in just moments. And also behind him will be Ish Duckett. And behind them will be Tony and Nicole Obrist as they'll be coming through. And there's Mike Donahue right there. Nice guy. Got to talk to him about a month and a half back, maybe 2 months back, as he's coming through. Give him the 2 thumbs up. And Mike of KLYC, good to have him, and good to have him there. And thanks, Mike. Glad to have you here. And it's awesome to have him here and be the Grand Marshal for this year's parade. And he hasn't changed a bit.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
His hair's gotten a little grayer, but beside that, yeah.
He hasn't. Here is Ish Duckett.
Ish Duckett.
Nice to have Ish here as they go by and smiling, having a great time. Glad to have them go through. In just a moment, we'll have Tony and Nicole Obrist.
Yes.
Here they come, and maybe they'll throw some candy out at us.
Maybe.
And here they are as they met 30 years ago, dragging the guts. So glad to have them here tonight and waving, having a good time. Thumbs up. What a great night.
A lot of smiles tonight, a lot of smiles.
And this is something you don't see. Even I talked a little bit about other places that do this, and they do it in other venues, but not like this.
Not Main Street Americana.
No.
I mean, right down Main Street here in McMinnville,
Yeah.
3rd Street. And, of course, McMinnville known for 3rd Street, one of the best in America. And, you add to, dragging the gut. It's pretty amazing.
We talked about movies, and you could film a movie down here. Of course, you had Quarterback Princess. Love to bring that up whenever I can.
Yes.
Filmed here in McMinnville. But you could have a movie. If you had all classic cars, you would think this is 1950-something down here. You could totally get away with it.
Yes, you can. Another movie that comes in mind, necessarily wasn't filmed here, but, American Graffiti, of course. And so
Right.
I'm probably going to go home and watch that over the next couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one to come through with this event going on right now. And it's just great to see that there's so many people that come out here and cruise in the cool cars like the old Chevys, or you get the old Fords with the fake Woody on the side and the surfboard on top.
Yep.
I mean, you name it. You've got a little bit of everything out here.
I'd drive that.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were talking earlier about the Plymouth Grand Fury 3 that I used to drive to work and pick Eva up on the way to work. And this thing was long. It was loud and it was long. She knew when I was there every morning.
Was it loud because it was dialed in, or was it loud because it needed to be dialed in?
I think it needed to be dialed in, but it sounded cool enough that I didn't care. It was actually my grandfather's truck or car. It was a 61, I think. He gave it to me. He went out to the farm. It had been stuck in the garage for 5 years. He just yanked it out, pumped up the tires, said, drive it home.
Wow.
And I drove it for another 3 years.
What'd you do with that car?
It got hit.
Oh, no.
And in front of my house, garbage truck took it out here in town. And so, yeah, unfortunately. So some kid in Willamina bought it.
Oh, wow.
And so I have not seen it since.
Yeah, was that the best car you think you've ever owned?
Probably the most fun car I've ever owned. You know, I haven't had a lot of cool cars. The best car, car I've had most conversations with has been my Scion, the XB.
Yes, the box.
I mean, still people talk to me, and the thing's 14 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in the market. Eve's in the market, too. She was talking about that, getting something new. So we're car shopping here tonight, too.
Oh, nice.
So if you find the car that fits me, let me know.
Brian, I see a lot of cars that actually fit you.
Yeah, I think it'd be the Mustang is what I'm going for.
No, I'd stay away from the Mustang.
Oh,
I mean,
I
they're
don't
nice
know.
Nice cars. We'll find you a car here tonight.
Okay. There's the Mustang 289. Nice.
I mean,
color.
don't get me wrong. Mustangs are beautiful, beautiful cars, but that's what everybody wants for the most part, you know?
You're right. I'd want an older one, though. I wouldn't want a new one. I want, some mid-60s something.
70s, yes.
Something different.
What about the old smoking Bandit Trans Am? With the eagle on it.
No, I want the one that Rockford owned.
Yes, Rockford Files.
Yes, now we're talking. Oh my, some great cars out here. Just a fun event, and Rockford Files. I'm thinking that would be the car now. Was that like gold, wasn't it?
There was a Rockford Files marathon on the other day, and I watched a couple of episodes.
You did. Of course you did.
So
That's
one of the all-time great shows.
Yeah.
Now there's a Mustang. I mean, I don't know about the color, but
it's different color.
Yes.
Which is cool. I'll take that. Nice donations given to YCAP. That's awesome.
Yeah,
to see.
We got the Grizzly Dance team out here hitting up for donations. So come on down, donate, and great cause going to YCAP.
Great crowd out here, just having a great time as the weather is about perfect right now.
It is.
Because it's not too hot, not too cold, and just a gentle breeze, enough to keep the smoke out of here and the fumes, and people just having a good time.
Not a ton of mosquitoes.
No, not at all. We had a car show this afternoon over at Evergreen. You see some of the numbers on the cars that they had quite a few entrants. Went by there and just took a quick glance, and quite a few people out there at Evergreen for the car show, which is always fun to see because you can see them all in one place. And it's really cool to see what they bring and just the different cars that people come in and show off.
What about the Gran Torino there?
That's a nice one. I'm here with Norm Ordez, and we're just having a great time here tonight, having a good time waving to people, and it's almost like it's old friends night. You've seen people out here that I haven't seen since last year.
Or never seen, and they know who you are. And yes.
There you go. I've had a little bit of that as well.
Here comes a little tri-scooter.
There's a little bit of everything.
And there is a little bit
awesome.
of everything.
That's awesome. If you're driving around and you want to see these cars up close and personal, you just jump in there and go with the parade as well. Why not?
Absolutely. Yep.
That's what he's doing, and he wants to see what's going on and wants to get up close and personal with some of these other cars, and that's a great way to do it. So if you're close, you want to bring your car out, there's plenty of time to do it. We enjoy you watching us here on MCN 11 and 29, also on DragonTheGut.com and YamHillToday.com. But it's pretty awesome being out here in front, and we've got prime seats right here.
Oh, we do. You did
I
a
can
good
reach
job.
out and touch every single car that drives by us. A little bit scary, but especially when the loud ones come up. But it's cool just to be a part of what's going on out here and seeing what the cheerleaders are doing for YCAP and what people are doing out here. Just having a good time on a Saturday night. All sorts of people, young and old.
And there's, I was wondering the crowd, and I mean, it's just a bunch of good old people having a good time. There's no arguing. There's a police presence down here, but the crowd is pretty mellow. I mean,
I think it's one of those jobs that you're an officer like, hey, yeah, I'll do that.
It is. I saw my brother-in-law down here, so yeah.
Cool. That's
so
awesome.
he was in uniform tonight. So.
That's awesome. It's good to have them down here. And, they're just having a good time as well. Hopefully that'll stay that way throughout the entire night.
Yes. The only thing I've seen is, there's been right here at the intersection we're at, there's no left turns. There's been a couple of them. And so,
and that was just us.
There always was, And so, but.
Yeah, I get in trouble for doing that.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't like it when I take the left turn here.
Yeah. Once again, a beautiful night down here, man. Couldn't have asked for a better night.
Hey, at 8:30, Reckless Abandon is going to hit the stage. And I know people have already asked to come by and said, hey, when are they performing? And 8:30 is the answer there. Reckless Abandon, their 30-year reunion show. So that'll be fun to see them get on stage once again. And some of you who have been in the area will remember Reckless Abandon. Or if not, you'll get to know them, and I think you'll be in for a treat.
You got Thunder Road on right now, and Thunder Road is the same thing, They're known in the area. My brother-in-law's brother was telling me that one of the guitarists used to be their next-door neighbors like 30, 40 years ago. And so, local guys and still around.
That's fun. It makes it fun when you know the people and see the talent they've got.
Yes.
Because, not always do you see it. You don't, how often do you have a stage like this to perform on?
Right, absolutely.
Which is awesome. Which is very, very cool.
I am looking forward to Reckless Abandon, though, and check them out. And so,
yeah, it'll be fun.
I've heard a lot of good things about them, so.
It'll be cool to see them, and and this is with everything else going on. All the different cars going through, and just, what more can you ask for on this great night? We've talked a lot about what we've done, what type of cars we've cruised the gut in. Be curious to see what you've cruised the gut in, and if you'd like, you can hashtag GutFest on Twitter or something, and let us know what you've cruised the gut in, because, all sorts of things. And, of course, Ruben Contreras, the founder of this event, is bringing shirts out over here.
That guy works hard. He's worked his butt off for this.
Yeah, it's a busy week, busy month, really, for Ruben to get ready for this thing, plus a little bit more. And he is having a good time right now. A lot of hugs given to him from a lot of people who are enjoying the event. Another fine event that is being put on here this year.
It's neat watching some of the senior citizens, because they're outings for a couple of the places here. They'll bring a bus load down and drop them off and whatnot. Just seeing the faces light up when the old classic car goes by, and listening to them reminisce, about when they were a kid back in the 50s, about how they had a 56, and talking about dragging the gut where they were from. And I'm sure you've heard the stories growing up, and I have as well. And they're awesome. They're awesome. This is what we grew up with as kids. Of course, you and I, different places, but dragging the gut was part of our childhood.
Yeah, it definitely was. And that's the cool thing about it, is it was something that we all took part in. Whether you were supposed to or not, you did. And be home at a certain time, whether you're supposed to or not, you tried to, right?
See, I didn't have that. I didn't have the curfew. And so, of course, during football season, I did, but I abided by it. But other than that, as long as my parents knew where I was and what time I was going to be home, I gave them time, and they were good.
That comes from a small town, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the curfew. Salem, you have the curfew.
Yes.
You have to get back from Portland in time.
Yes. Yep.
What a good time it is. And just, something that, like you said, old-time Americana. And it's good to see the people here just soaking it in, having fun, and celebrating with each other, which is cool to have. And I'm not going to get political on us here, but in a time where sometimes it's really not, been fun for some.
And it has been a tough time for a lot of people lately, and this is a good way of, not only do you have this tonight, but you got the big fight on as well, and people are doing, their thing, but this is a great way to kick back, and, you got a couple of the spots open downtown here. Stop in, get a drink, get some slice of pizza, relax, and breathe in them fumes.
That little breeze has been pretty good, keeping the fumes down a little bit out here. But you're right, there's a lot going on. This is a busy time of year, but look at all the people who are out here having fun and just enjoying the moment and enjoying these cars. I mean, there's so many different cars that, you see a lot of people that as well, and some pretty neat vehicles out here. That's what it's all about, is just enjoying the moment, enjoying the time, and enjoying just coming out here and celebrating Americana.
Just having a good time.
Yeah, which is great. And so you're out, this will be going on for a while. This will probably go till late at night, and you notice the cars change. They start off and it's bright, sunny, and then every hour or so the sun goes down, of course, and the color's going to change. And by tonight, about 9 o'clock, you're going to see lots of headlights, lots of lights, and it's kind of a cool view as well.
Different color lights.
Yeah.
We've seen a car roll through with the blue, kind of the ring.
Oh, yeah. Which is impressive. I mean, there's so many different things that these guys have on their cars that it's really pretty cool.
Man. So Brian, have you made a decision on your car? What about a truck? You already got one, but what about another?
Well, my truck doesn't really quite compare to some of these vehicles out here. I mean, that car right there is beautiful. That truck there, Eve talked about the paint job on this one, a little bit different, which actually works really well. There's so many decisions.
There is a lot.
I don't know, man. I think part of it, too, is I might just, continue driving the same old car. I should drive that one. Pretty soon it's going to be an antique, right?
Absolutely.
So it'll be a part of this. Get the old Scion XB to roll through here and turn some heads, right?
I think we ought to, put a bunch of speakers in the back. There you go.
Yeah.
The boombox.
That's one thing to do. We could definitely try that. Not.
There you go. That's a different paint job. Blue and Monte Carlo. That's a beautiful car, too.
One thing we really haven't heard are a lot of speakers right now in a lot of different cars. Usually you got people drive through and they're cranking up the speakers or, pumping the bass. You don't hear a lot of that or see a lot of that.
No. There goes the Eldorado that had Mike Donahue.
Great to have Mike Donahue of Coin TV. Retired about 10 or so years, if not more ago. And glad to have him be the Grand Marshal of this year's parade. And fun to have him. And we said, doesn't look any different. Great guy, and met up with him a couple months ago out. He was here in McMinnville, and it was great to see him, and just very pleasant to talk to you. He's walking down the street, and he's more than willing to say hello, which is really cool.
Yeah, we've kind of had the old news guys here in this town this week.
Yeah.
Had Jeff Gianola in town for the Eclipse on Monday.
It's only Monday. It seems like it was a month ago,
It does.
Jeez,
it's been a long week.
Hey, if you want to get your Dragon the Gut t-shirt, they've got them out here. They're passing them out. I think it's $20. You just go down there, drive through, and ask the Whitecap, hey, I want a t-shirt, and they'll help you out, get you one of those. So you can come on down there or donate money or canned food. So whichever you'd like to do, they will definitely help you. The McMinnville cheerleaders down here, and they are helping out tonight.
Here comes the parade of the Ford Broncos and the SUVs, Chevy Blazer. Maybe you ought to get a Jeep.
Yeah, I'd look good in a Jeep.
You know, you'd look good in anything, a Pinto especially.
Well,
what about a Gremlin?
Used to have a 79, I think it was a 79 Pinto.
That's something we haven't seen, is a Gremlin.
We haven't seen any Gremlins tonight. We saw the DeLorean.
Ooh.
So we saw that pretty early as well. So
right.
Don't know if we'll see that or not later.
Yeah, I haven't seen the DeLorean roll through.
Yeah, it was, I can't remember what time it was, but it was pretty early, 5:15, 5:30. Maybe even a little bit before that. Maybe in the car show.
Yeah, what time did you guys start up?
We started streaming around 5, a little after 5, and we've been here. MCM 11 guys here have been setting up all afternoon, so I want to thank them, MCM 11 and 29. I want to thank them. They have done a great job, and they have added to this broadcast more than ever. All the different camera shots and just the production value, of course, this year you'll see is it's 100-fold better, which is awesome.
Yes.
Happen to be a part here. And we're just having a great time out here and just seeing the different cars. And, you know, what more can you ask here? What a great night. You got a lot of people filing in back and forth. And a lot of people just walking up and down the street because you've got some of these cars, too, Norm, that are just parked here on the side.
Right.
There's a Mustang back here that we see every once in a while in the shot that's pretty awesome as you get this dog. That's
2 of them.
Awesome. They are loving this.
You know, it is. It's like a car show along 3rd Street here as they're parked. You know, the one cool thing about this is a sense of community.
Yep.
You know, and you know, this is what makes McMinnville such a great community to live in. You know, is events like this.
Right. And the more you do with this, the you know, I think the more people you have being a part of it, which is kind of cool.
Absolutely. And once again, you know, the dance team is down here doing a canned food drive. Bring your canned food drive. They accept donations as well. And, you know, come on down, and they have shirts. And I think I have a new favorite car in the house here.
That,
the yellow Barracuda, the 440.
Those come cheap, right, nowadays?
Dude, that would be your car right there. Call it Bumblebee.
we did talk about names earlier of cars.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I could drive a car that's nicknamed Bumblebee.
Well, you got Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket's better.
Yeah, not a big fan of Yellow Jackets, though.
Yeah. So I got to brag about my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter, her car's name is Stu because it reminded them of being an old man.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. So, you know, we've had names for our cars. Ruben, I want to thank him for doing a great job. Yeah. and Ruben, you have a name of your car? Do you have a name for your car? Any of your cars? Do you ever name them?
Yeah.
Your cars? No? Yes. We're talking more of, you know, Eve was saying it's more of a girl thing. So
I don't know about that. My dad always
said.
named his named his cars.
All
yeah.
All right.
And so
I don't know.
You never named your cars. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, what was the name?
Maybe it's an Idaho thing.
There you go.
That's right.
That's awesome. Ruben, another great job this year. It's been awesome.
Wow.
Been fun to see. Great night for it, too.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll talk more later then.
It is. Yeah.
Pretty happy about that. You know, we're and we kind of have a local land marshal too. We got the community icon of the year. And
With
that's
this
a
Duckett.
man who's well, you're gonna 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Almost every decade you're gonna stop by his office and heard a couple stories.
Yep.
You can still stop by.
Yep.
He's 90 years old. This truck, he used to have this on his dad's he was a Jack Russell service. He had in several communities. And it was a call for Duckett to bring his money. You know, and that now we've moved on to real estate.
Right.
But people like that, I think, this is a nostalgia festival. The cars are a great part of nostalgia, but people are a big part of it, Norman, because it was about meet and greet. And you know, when it comes down to it, there's a story, 1987. A carload of girls from that time decided to cruise a guy. We're not driving a guy. There's some guys from Gaston that were at the glass shop. And one of the girls said, let's pull over and the driver, well, I don't know. And yeah, the doctor can do it on that, something like that. They pull over and Tony and
Nicole.
yeah. And Nicole. And they get together for six. I was down here with the Grand Marshal and whatnot, and waiting for another car to come, and see somebody with a shirt from like 12, and they tell me they met Chris Bugatti in like the 70s, something like that. So we got there's a lot of stories like that.
Oh, absolutely. And not just here, but everywhere. You know, like, you know, where I grew up in, you know, in Twin Falls, Idaho, we did the same thing amongst Blue Lakes Boulevard. And so, you know, there's tons of people that have.
Guy down here sitting at the Northwest Kids last night. He's telling me he's from like not being sure, but just like classic. They met me graffiti. And he said this reminded him about it. And he was just loving it.
Let me ask you a question. So, out of all the cars and trucks tonight, do you have a favorite one amongst all these?
I don't know. I thought my uncle had a red Corvette Stingrays. They kind of got a different color in them. They look like somebody swiped with their fingernail. And I love those cars. But you know, there's also a Packard down here that was ferrying the icon of the year, and that's a great family, the Miller brothers. They used to own the farms from about Lafayette Avenue to about Steel Mill, and it ended up being a bunch of brothers. Their parents all died, and they raised their sister and all that. And that's one of the sons, and he's done really well. And he's got an old Packard that's the neatest car, you know. And so there's all kinds of great things. I think every era had its great cars.
There are a lot of beautiful cars out here tonight.
So you guys are down. You guys been down here since 5.
Yeah, Brian has. Yeah,
Guys,
I've been
and
down. I got
Eve
here
followers
about
like
7,
Eve.
6:30.
People remember Eve from the morning show, from the news, from KLYC. So it's fun to not that Eve is nostalgic, but you know
Don't tell her that.
It goes back a little bit. Yeah, it looks like I'm feeling pretty nostalgic right now. There's Ron Smith from Calvary Chapel.
Yep.
He's got a really pretty red pickup. And you know what? Some of these guys that look like little kids having a good time.
Oh, and that's the one thing, you know, so this is my first one.
Oh, this is your first
Well,
one, Norman.
it's baseball season, and so
Oh,
normally I'm working baseball.
Oh, you're working baseball, minor league,
And
everything
so,
else.
so, you know, it just happened to work out
Which
to
one?
where I'm able to make it, and
Yeah,
I'm really impressed.
You and Brian, you guys do a podcast. What's it called?
Clubhouse Chatter.
Oh, it's called. Okay, and you guys been doing how many episodes you're on now? 100?
Man, we're
200 plus.
closing 200. We're closing in 250, I think.
You're gonna have to like have a retrospective show, man. That's like remember when Cheers or they do a retrospective. So the
That'd be the
best
Christmas show.
the best chatter. So
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go check on my mom. I got my 90-year-old mom, and we have a tradition. We come down and we cruise the guy, right?
Well, once again-
we're grabbing every moment, you know.
Ruben Contreras, and he's done a great job putting this all together. Ruben, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for the flashback for everybody. I mean,
Well,
this
it's
is
just,
this is great.
It's a privilege, you know, to bring people together. And the thing is, a lot of volunteers. You know,
Yes.
we have the Amy Schrader, we have the realtor Amy Schrader music area, which is really cool. And you know, and we have we just got through with a driving car show presented by Scott's Automotive. And you know, there's a bunch of people. We have a guy named. Here's a shout out. Brian Brown, his son, his grandson, his daughter, every year they're committed to coming down and putting the trash cans out. And that's just from Facebook. They just decided they wanted to, give back to the community. And so they do that every year. That's probably about first. The Trask Mountain Trail Runners who clean the hills. Nobody, you don't know about it. And they come down twice during the festival, and they empty the trash. A bunch of four-wheelers. So we got a bunch of people, Norman, that really, it's really amazing. So, it's a lot more than me. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that Brian's been doing this since I think 2011.
Yep, second year.
And streaming. So we really appreciate MCM 11 and Frontier 29. That's where they're at. Community television. And it's really cool because Jerry and crew down here, and Jerry's actually the photographer at this moment. So thank you, Jerry, and your crew. And it's neat, community television is for everybody. And people can go down and find out about it. It's really exciting. I used to work in it, and it's a really exciting field because people would ask me, hey, you think we can put this on? And so, no, you can if you want. It's guaranteed. So you can come down, put your club on, you do that. So right now, the community television is putting this on. They're involved in a lot of things. So, and the people that are working with Jerry are volunteers. So we're really excited. It really is exciting for me personally because I used to have Jerry's job. I used to run the community television. So it's exciting to see it grow and come around, and just it's wonderful. So it's kind of this experiment we're trying tonight, and it's really neat. So we got people out, that are, and there's a pretty good chance it's going to end up on the Portland News. So
let me ask you
excited.
this. Final question. Let me ask you this. So you're a townie. You grew up here in McMinnville, Oregon, not far from the downtown.
No, actually, about 8 blocks away, 7 blocks away, and born at where the Walgreens is. Yeah.
So putting something like this together, I mean, this is small town Americana right here.
Yeah, it feels like
and absolutely. In McMinnville, as it's getting bigger, but you dial this in. What does it mean to you when you see your old friends from school? You got Reckless Abandon, who was huge coming up.
It takes you back because McMinnville's grown so much, Norman. It's grown so much that you can walk around and not see anybody from the old days, and then suddenly you get kind of overload. There's a business guy here in town that I went to high school with, and every year he holds a party, and he invites their friends, and they rent a room, and it's just neat. That's a tradition now.
Right.
People come down now. It's becoming, and it dawned on me today. Now we're year 8, and it's starting to be what McMinnville's about. It's a way to show McMinnville, and it shows the diversity of McMinnville. And these aren't just car guys. These are a lot of people. There's the wine country people that love this. There's all kinds of people. Jason Lett, whose father was Papa Pino, planned the first Pinot. He told me he used to drive the guy. Everybody dragged the guy, and it didn't matter who your family was, how much money you had, what you had. We all came down. We all get together, and that's how it feels like now.
Right.
So well, thank you guys for doing what you're doing.
Well, what a great event, great turnout.
Brian's like been down here, and the pay's not not much. He's a volunteer, so.
But the fumes are awesome.
The fumes are awesome.
It's working out really well, and so this is a great experiment. The whole event really is. But what we do is Sean Rollins comes in and sweeps the street when we're done, and so we have MB Advancement come and do extend what they normally do down here. And so, so we try to leave it better than we found it.
Yes.
That's the important part.
That's very important.
Well, hey,
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, you guys. Keep up the good work.
Hey, thank you, Ruben.
All righty, Ruben Contreras, who is putting this on, and once again, for the 8th year, has done an amazing job. And it's awesome to see what it's really become, because with Jerry and his crew here tonight, our broadcast is totally different than what it was in previous years, and that's awesome to see. And just MCM 11 and Frontier 29 bringing us something that you're not going to get anywhere else. This is pretty awesome.
Yep. And this started all on Facebook.
Yeah.
8 years ago,
Yes,
9 years ago. And
yep.
so,
and he's grown it, and millions of people have been a part of this. And I say millions because you get people who are talking to their friends and watching it and being here, And 8 years of doing it, yeah, it's probably close to it.
Absolutely. Yes. Checking my text messages. I had my boss from Willamette Valley Transportation. He's from Salem. He stopped by to say hi. He brought his car. He's been working on his car and brought his car up and drove it through. He comes to this every year. So
it's not just a McMinnville thing or a Dayton Amity thing. It's everybody thing.
It's
you know,
a Willamette Valley thing.
You get people from Yamhill County, but then you're getting people from outside. You're getting Marion County.
Salem.
You're getting Portland, Salem. You name it. You're getting people from the coast who are showing up here. And in fact, one of our friends' parents just drove through from the coast, and they'd always wanted to check it out, so they did. And it's great to see, great to have them be a part of what's going on. And you get all the sights and sounds here, which is awesome. You can hear them all, and you know, just remember though, when you go through, follow all traffic rules and laws, because they are still in effect, and the police are here, and they will do their job. But just make sure you just follow everything and do what you need to do, and you're going to be all right. So
there's your car, Brian, right there.
Yeah?
The Volkswagen.
Little Volkswagen. Yeah, I think I could pull that off, but I don't know if I want to. The Camaro's pretty nice.
You still want the Mustang.
Yeah, you know, I'm easy. I could choose pretty much any of these things here. That truck there would be pretty nice as well. So I would totally, you know, I'd be okay with doing something like that.
Yeah, that VW bus though is pretty sweet.
It is. It is. It's one of those things though. Classic cars. You know, you look at them. How many people think, you know, I'm going to buy that car because I know it's going to be a classic? You don't.
Yes. Right.
Right? I mean, nowadays, if you're going to buy a classic car, you're going to pay top dollar.
Oh, easily.
But speaking of lights changing the colors, there you go.
Christmas lights coming up behind us.
It's the same thing, same cars, different colors. But what if? What do you? I mean, what do you do now? I mean, what is a classic car going to be in 10 years?
Right.
You don't know. 20 years. It's probably something you're not going to expect.
Your Scion.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, you might be right, because it's not what it used to be, you know?
Right.
Cars in the 30s, 40s, 50s. You know, look at that car that
that's a beautiful car right there.
You know, what do you, what is a classic
rat
car?
rod passing by.
Did you see that big truck go by?
Yes.
Was that one of the ones that didn't jump?
No, it wasn't one of the ones that didn't jump. It wasn't one of the ones that didn't jump. I thought it was, but I took a good look at it, and I thought it was Denny, but it wasn't.
It wasn't Denny.
It wasn't Denny,
but it was his buddy, though.
I still don't think it was one of the ones he jumped.
Denny will say,
do?
yeah, I do. Because I remember those stacks coming out.
Yeah, that is true.
Because I talked about them. They can't be in the middle, otherwise, you know, you got to get over those as well.
Yeah, I thought it was the bad bitch first, but it wasn't.
No.
Mercury Comet coming in.
Official pace car, and that was 500. Nice little car.
That is a nice car.
Really nice car.
Speaking of no left turns.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Man. Once again, what a beautiful night. You know, all kinds of people downtown here. You know, I don't know, when was the last time you were able to, it's been a while since you were able to walk up.
Well, I haven't since about 5 o'clock.
There's got to be easily a couple hundred.
Oh,
500,
easily.
600 maybe?
Oh, easily a couple thousand people here.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, because it's really packed down the next block as well. And I know a lot of people are coming out now. You've got 8:30, you've got Reckless Abandon showing up too.
Yeah.
And they're going to rock the house, or at least rock the street.
Hey, we got some candy.
We do get some candy thrown at us, and hey, want to thank everybody out there in TV land. You know, you can continue to watch the live stream at dragonthegut.com or yamhilltoday.com. I want to thank everybody helping out: camera Paul Weber, Phil Guzzo, and Kyle Dodderman, and program director is Ian Paolo. So I want to thank him, of course, E Fuller, along with Norm Ordez, and director Jerry Eichten. Thank you, Jerry. And Juan Cisneros, the production director. Great work today. You've stepped it up to whatever we couldn't even think about.
Right.
And it's been great to have MCM TV here. Of course, you can check it out, McMinnville Community Media on Comcast 11 and Frontier 29. Just a reminder, you can continue to watch the live stream on dragonthegut.com or yamhilltoday.com. But we're going to say goodbye to our viewers. Thanks you, and
watching.
have a great time live from McMinnville. This is Dragon the Gut Festival 2017.
We'll leave it up for a while. We've got a lot of wrapping up here. Easier, but wasn't ready to pass out. The important thing is to make sure that not so much all back in the right place. So, does this have a container here? Yes, it's that little black. Actually goes with the monitor. That power supply. Yeah. That goes in there. And this power cord goes in there. Pretty cool little thing. Cool. Peterlin? Peterlin. I got oh, my hat. My hat. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, these are ours. Talk about, that guy on that scooter. It's so funny. Look at God talking guys. how's it going? How are you? Good. So, step back and go to games and do it different things. Like in the past, I would do yeah, different. When I got off, so it's going to like bring more games. I think it's been like being around a little bit more. That was the this is pretty cool. Yeah, go for it. Run power till we're done. Start off with Perfect. Thank you. Say something. I was going to get a real quick.
Oh, okay. It's if I didn't check with you. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you. I won't bring it. I don't think we'll have to do that. I don't want the other people to keep Yeah. Now we had it earlier. Yeah, it's feeling good. Oh, they just went by. Okay. It's like right on here. Like a minute ago. Hey, you here? How you doing? Like a fight. So what, you gotta get your car out of all of them? Yeah. My car's up there like 5 blocks or 5 blocks. He comes around, probably coffee or something. Hey, Brian, I said, hey, park here, please. I would drove my car around, went off, and really lucky. Oh yeah. That's not good. I'm the same guy. That's the point of the old man right there. Thank you. You're going. I was like, why? You're oh, yeah, you remember the 6 years? Hey, thanks. Kind of hard to play. But I think about racing my mom.
I think your grandmother had
Well, you know,